This is what keeps people on the edge of their seat. Like, we've always said, this could kill us.
When I saw that, I was like, what the is this?
You don't want a predictable ending. You always want people to be like, what's going to happen next?
I'll probably get shot for saying this.
Yeah, go for it.
I love Roy Sutherland.
Yeah.
But I don't take a lot of what he says. We didn't spend a penny until like 4 months after we launched because we already sold out once, completely organically.
Our social media is our CV to not only other brands, but to our customers. So it's like one pillar is our brand, one pillar is existing customers, and one pillar is like new followers.
Now, I was going to start a brand with Brooklyn.
Oh, really? What was the brand?
What are we moving into now more and more? An anti-tribe culture where people are losing connection with people through social media. Right, we're not going to sell a product, we're going to sell a tribal feeling of being part of something. So if I say brands to you, what comes to mind? Dirty.
Sorry. What's your reasoning for ignoring good advice? How are you going to approach that in a completely new way?
You have to be at the forefront.
How can we be the trendsetters?
So you meet on Hinge and then...
Like, I'm always like a half cup full kind of person now because... Yeah, like you said, I've been criticising myself. I don't know how much you've seen on my page. You have obviously scrolled down quite far.
Yeah.
So I had an eating disorder for like 8 years that was undiagnosed for so long. It was the biggest kept secret from myself, from my family, from my friends, everyone. And I didn't realise how much that was like eating me alive. And every day I'd like check myself in the mirror. Obviously like point at every single thing that I hated about myself. I was just a very insecure person. And I was like that for 8 years. So it got to the point where it came to lockdown. I wanted to gain some weight, realized that like I wasn't actually getting anywhere. And I realized I had to do something about it. And the next option was to do the opposite of what I thought was the best thing, which was to gain weight. So I tried it, and then everything kind of fell into place after that, which was like my proof. It was literally the point that I was trying to prove to myself all that time. It was like, if you actually do the opposite of what you're trying to do, you actually might get somewhere.
The opposite of what you're trying to do. That's so interesting. And when you said it was undiagnosed, like how did that slowly manifest to the point where you're like, this is like
a problem.
This is a problem. Yeah. 'Cause I think a lot of times people don't know. A problem's a problem.
So it's really hard because eating disorders are the most complex disorder. Like, you really can't understand it unless you've kind of lived it.
Yeah.
And so I was like anorexic. You would look at me and you would think she's not healthy. But in my head, I could not see that. Like, all I could see was like a fat body. Honestly, like it's such a weird illusion that your brain gets lost in. So I really had no motivation to get better or anything because I didn't think I was ill. And the only kind of pivotal point that made me realize that was my best friend actually just messaged me in lockdown. She was like, I'm really worried for you. And she's not the type of person to ever bring up anything serious. So I thought, if she's bringing up something serious, then it must mean that it's something serious. So I kind of just thought, and also seeing that message, it is quite embarrassing because deep down, I knew that there was something wrong. Like, I knew that counting my calories every single day, waking up, planning what I'm going to eat, going to bed, and then planning my next day, what I'm eating, like literally living and breathing calories and numbers and like my body. Like, that's just, I knew that wasn't normal. But I obviously didn't want to believe it. So having my friend message me that and kind of putting a mirror right in front of my face, being like, you're not okay, you need to sort yourself out, basically, made me had to do something about it.
Yeah. No, it's super interesting. And I want to come on to you, mate, about this sub 3 marathon. But I think the
as deep as yours.
Yeah. Well, no, but I think it links. Linking it together is that there's a theme here, which is, I think we were talking about before we come online. It's like there's this with social media. It's like, I think it's like the best thing in the world and the worst thing in the world. It's like there's no in the middle. It's literally the best thing that we can do in this conversation comes from social media, but all the other fucking nefarious stuff that comes from it as well. Yeah. And I feel like there's this thing. It's like almost your mental illness hides in your physical wellness, in the sense it's like nowadays it's like you see these morning routines. It's like go and do some grounding, go and do an ice bath, meditate, read, and it's like if you don't do these 10 things, you're a piece of shit.
100%,
which is fucked up. And I think we're gonna get on. I think your brand is the antidote to this, but I want to explore your personal journeys first. I think what you were saying, mate, is about I think detail the story about the 301 marathon. Like, unlucky, but
It's quite a funny one to talk after Millie's story.
and also
but-
just to
sorry.
wrap that up,
Look, everyone's problems are equal, all right?
No, essentially what we were talking about earlier was the
you
fact
had a
that-
running disorder.
I think, what we were talking about was a case of running culture, what you described a minute ago about the whole wellness sector kind of in general, is like this mental 0 or 100, nothing really in between. And went out to try and do like a good marathon, did a fucking good job of 301, and I finished that line and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I thought I failed. And I was like, hang on, you just done a marathon at 4:16 for God knows how many miles or kilometers, whatever, and I've still failed. And I thought that's when I kind of clicked. I was like, something's not right in this whole space. Yeah. Because as we were saying, like, you're doing a marathon, that's an incredible thing that you're doing.
Yeah, not
that
that
you've done it yet. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, we've gone from everyone like doing a 5K and congratulating that to now doing a marathon to being like, what time did you get?
Yeah,
And it's like,
even then you just was like, oh yeah, not that time, bro. The marathon itself is so insane.
Yes,
Like you should be like, oh my God, yeah, I'm doing a marathon.
One of my best mates, Stemo, he like did a rollover in Brighton. The next day the next week did the London Marathon, got 3:05.
Oh my God.
And like, so if I want to give him jib on a night out, I'm like, oh mate, you're like, you put those pints down, put those cigs down, you might be able to get some free.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is mental. Like we've got to this level of like, it's kind of insane. And I feel like it's, there's a really good author called Will Storr who wrote a book called Selfie, How the West became self-obsessed. And it basically talks about how social media spiked, and then I think you've probably seen this, like the fucking depression rate, suicide rate. It's almost like there's
direct correlation.
Inverted.
That's a nasty way of saying it.
Set 8 maths, mate. So
but I was just trying to think of like, that's the link.
You were saying earlier, I was like, I think Millie and I did fucking thesaurus. That's what you're saying. There's a few words already. I'm like, what?
And I think it's really, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like that's where the culture is right now. That's where the culture is kind of zigging, and you see all this stuff, and you see these influencer bros. I remember when I went through a period when it was like not cool to go sober, but I went sober. Yeah. And I had this thing before every podcast where I'd have to meditate. Obviously now I've popped the gummies. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
easy. Meditate, run, and then I had to do like 7 drafts of questions. This was like a couple of years ago. And if I didn't do that, I'd go into the podcast being like, I've already failed. And like basically, and I was like, this is just mental. And then we've just done one in Thailand. I was on the piss for like 7 days running up to it. There's no difference. And I feel like the culture is definitely moving towards this. The zig is run fucking all the time, do all this wellness. I feel like your brand is zagging against that. With your personal stories, like, how do you want SULT to be the antidote to that kind of, mendacious fucking stuff that goes on in people's heads?
We just say to not deep life so much.
Yeah.
Like nothing's that deep. Like you can have both goals and have them coexist next to each other and still be healthy. Like you can go out for a pint and then you can go on the run the next day and you can still be optimal. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah. It's funny because have you heard of Health? That huge online retailer
with an F.
Yeah. So they're like probably the biggest UK company. They're the fastest growing brand, I'm pretty sure, in the UK.
Wait, so is it like?
So they're like,
it's like Amazon.
Think of like the most optimized. Yeah. So it's like the most biohackery optimized sort of wholesaler you can picture, right? I'm talking red lights, like, all sorts of shit going on. They did a post before Christmas talking about wellness, and it was, your wellness is different to my wellness. It's different to Millie's wellness. I might go for a 20k run, and that's absolutely fine because that's my wellness. Millie might like to go for a 5k run and a pint of whatever with her mates. The fact that you're meeting your mates for a pint is so much better for you than just sitting on your own scrolling through your phone.
Yeah.
See what I mean? And it's the balance of like, we're not by any means promoting this sort of like go out, get fucked up the whole time culture. We're promoting this balance, this beautiful middle of, yes, enjoy yourself, but also look after yourself, because that's where what we believe is where the most sort of optimized human living experience exists, in that sort of weird middle. And I don't think anyone's really explored that too deeply. And we've still got a long way to work, but that's kind of the main core mission.
We also think it's not going to be that's not a short-term way of living, right? A lot of these polarized goals that these brands are focusing on, whether like it's the run clubs or even like Liquid IV focusing on the drinking, it's very much like all or nothing approach. Whereas like if we are just sitting in that middle market, the middle ground, there's like space for both sides. So like you're going to be a customer that's going to like take salt for that longer period of time, right? As opposed to just like the trending, what's trending.
And it's also contradictory in a weird way from like a brand perspective, because brands need to be hyper focused and have their exact demographic to a T. Like, you know, you have numerous brands, you're like, this is where we fit and this is our demographic. And we often think, shit, who are we actually sort of targeting? And it's like, well, we're targeting ourselves.
Yeah.
And how do you describe the person who likes to keep fit and healthy but also enjoys themselves? Do you know what I mean? It's quite hard to describe, right?
It's almost
times I said that.
It's almost like instead of demographic, it's psychographic.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't matter what age you are or like where you're from. If there's people who do like to do a bit of both, do a run, have a pint.
Yeah.
I think like, but I think what's genius, why I really wanted to speak to you guys is it's like, that's really amazing on paper, but to actually do that and embody that and actually have fun with it, which you guys are doing, it's like a very delicate dance to dance.
Yeah.
And I don't like, so how do you, because you could if you're too piney, you could piss off the run like Battersea Park runners. If you're too boring and like you know doing salt the whole time, it could like how do you navigate that kind of tension?
We've even said recently like we actually need to focus more on the fitness side of it, because the past 3-4 months
It was December, like silly season.
We
Wasn't it?
kind of
That's
just
what it
go
was.
with what we're doing right now in our lives, and like October to December is very much a social period, so that's kind of what we focus on. And then January, February, March, whatever, start of the year, we're now focusing on like the fitness and like some more wholesome, holistic goals. So like we kind of just really go with what we're doing again, like because we are the customer at the end of the day.
Yes.
And like that kind, I guess
That's
the
exactly
customers,
it. Like, we're not trying to.
Let's hold that up a bit. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what Millie said there. It's like we're the customer, so we're not trying to look like externally. It's always internally. It's like, what do we feel like is the right thing to do? It's never looking at trends, never looking at what other guys are doing. It's like, this feels right for us, so let's do it.
And
Which I think is
usually
quite
9 times out of 10, the customer would be like resonating with what we're doing as well.
And we definitely don't
You
get
know
it
what I
right a lot of the time, but we probably get it right with some people.
When have you got it like wrong or slightly off?
I wouldn't be able to give an exact example of that, but like it probably just in terms of like, you know, let's say, I mean, for example, January, we haven't done any hangover messaging or ads or anything like that because it doesn't win. I mean, we don't drink like a load, right? But from a case of like, it didn't feel right to do that because January is this time when no one really drinks. So like, but also for those people who are drinking now, it's like, we're not targeting you guys and they may feel like left out or whatever. But yeah, it's there's no like data, I guess, to sort of look at that.
And when you say, is this all meta when you say targeting?
Pretty much, because our organics are always relatively constant. There are some sort of series of episodes that do better than others, but like generally speaking, we don't really look at those metrics and see much change.
Right.
Yeah, quite consistent.
Interesting. And then, so talk me through this, because I think I saw it on your LinkedIn, mate. It's like this almost like Netflix-ification of brand building, which is, you know, like almost the drive to survive.
Yeah.
Like everyone thought, what's the F1? I thought F1 was pony.
Yeah.
And then they suddenly start developing
Everyone's
these
obsessed with it.
villains and characters and storytelling. I feel like you guys are basically doing that through your brand, which is just incredible. But like, take me to like the boardroom, take me to the whiteboard. Like, what's the strategy? I think I've seen somewhere like there's pillars, but I want like specific things of kind of show me under the hood of the car. That's the best way of putting it.
Love that. Love that metaphor. We love a whiteboard.
Yeah.
I fucking
We'll go from the very start.
Yeah, literally.
And then
like, pretend I'm literally a dumb.
Yeah. So the very start was, I think, like when Millie and I met, because we didn't have like a traditional sense of business, we thought, what a great way to actually just like document how we're interpreting business and how let's go about it. Because obviously, like from a business man or woman's perspective, it's like, right, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And we're like, fuck that, let's do it how we think we should do it from a new to business sort of perspective. So by doing so, we documented it and then allowing people to resonate with ourselves as people, but ourselves as people are dynamic as like friends and then business partners and then creating a business. So there are so many little nuances that people sort of resonate with.
Right.
And I think that sort of brotherly, sistery, whatever that word is, connection is what people really like between us. It's like we bicker, we laugh. It's like it's like the classic like
it's jokes. Some of it is so funny.
It's hilarious.
I think you were doing like Millie's voice, or you were doing Henry's voice.
God, yeah.
He's going on the factory, and I was just like, mate, I was watching it on my phone.
Yeah.
Like that was happy scrolling. That wasn't doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Like, just went through your whole.
that one didn't go down
But
too well.
sometimes we are like we need to actually add more serious content here. Like we're too jokey sometimes.
Yeah, but there are key pillars, and like that's
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so go back to the.
that's probably my girlfriend.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's all good. We've done these in like restaurants before where service starts.
Hilarious.
So like people are walking in like, what the fuck?
That's definitely a postman.
So brotherly, sisterly, banter, love, bickering, love that. Specific strategy of this year, this next 3 months, what does that look like?
So in terms of like planning ahead of content, we will literally plan 1-2 weeks in advance.
Right.
And it's so important because our content is so based on what is going on right now. So like we have to be proactive, yes, but also reactive in some ways. So let's say like this month is all about like Boots and launching into retail. A lot of our socials are going to be about our journey in that and like storytelling what is going on, because even the video that we were filming today, it goes to show like how much can change overnight. And when you plan ahead, it kind of gets in the way of that. There's like that friction between being authentic to ourselves and then also like being a brand that wants to go viral. I feel like a lot of our content isn't focusing on going viral. It's just literally focusing on what is going on right now. Let's tell our people, and a lot of people love that. So that's when some of the videos do actually go viral. It's kind of like a cherry on top.
I think the favorite pillar that we do is like the brand building pillar. This is for emails as well. Where like we almost optimize the email for conversion. Like we don't put CTAs in it. We don't put shop here. It's literally a case of like, we want people to sit and read the email about what is going on in this business. And like we get people replying at like 11 p.m. being like, just read this in bed. It's like, how fucking cool is that?
And that just adds obviously like so much investment. Yeah.
The on both those things, do you listen to the one I did with Sir John Hegarty, the big advertising guy? Listen to, if you like, he's basically.
I'm bad with names. I probably have listened to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So he basically is the guy who created Levi's back. He's like, he's an old boy. He's like 80. He's mad. Like,
As in the jeans.
basically, Levi's was a shit pony brand.
Yeah.
And then basically, I'll show you this advert afterwards. He created this advert. Marvin Gaye's career was going down the pan. This one advert revolutionised Levi's jeans.
Yeah.
He's founded BBH, like the big marketing agency. And he, Marvin Gaye's career kicked off. Boxers became famous, all from this one advert. I'll show you. It's mad. This is like in the 60s. And he says, and like he's done all these brands like Xbox, like huge brands. And he says, you can't have a 5-year plan. You need a 5-minute plan. And he goes, even that's not long enough. And I love that. And I feel like another thing I love about you guys is every expert, fuck off, because expert is it's the proof. If you're an expert, you've done something a proven way. Yeah. It's like if you're trying to do something completely different, you have to break against that mold.
And do you know what's funny? I'll probably get shot for saying this.
Yeah, go for it.
I fucking love Roy Sutherland.
Yeah.
But I don't take a lot of what he says in, because I'm like, you've not, like I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow that's going to win like people's like hearts.
Yeah.
Neither do you. Neither does Millie. Neither does anyone. It's a case of probability is a lot of it. Luck's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And like, yes, the things in the past have worked, but like when we're thinking about stuff we're doing in the future, it's like, this could absolutely flop.
Yeah, literally.
Like someone could not give a fuck about this idea.
What are some of those that are like on the table?
Well, I think you in the bath, that could have gone one or two ways.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, we did I think it was our first campaign video.
Yeah, it was.
We like to do obviously our usual iPhone shot content, and then we'll have like a high-res, high production content. And we love that stuff. That really is like brand building, but in another way. And one of the first videos we did was me sat in a bath for probably about 5 hours, basically educating people on why they should take electrolytes.
The fingers go proper wrinkly.
Very wrinkly. Everything was wrinkly as fuck. And
you know the Margot Robbie scene in the Big Short?
Yeah.
The whole idea is that like it's a really boring topic, but stick someone in a bath talking about it.
It kind of glamorizes it.
Yeah.
And we've always said we want to make electrolytes fun and sexy. So let's just put me in a bath. And yeah, like that could have gone one of two ways. It went like it was really well received. We loved like obviously everyone's comments and everything, but it's just taking the risks. Like it's also finding, you actually don't know what's going to work for you unless you try. And we're constantly trying new things, constantly trying new ways of like filming, editing, different angles, what could work, what won't work. And a lot of the time it probably won't work. But 9 times out of 10, oh, sorry, one time, what was it? The other, the opposite.
Yeah,
1% of the time, 10% of the time. It actually does work, and that's when it's really rewarding.
Also, on that point, I think because we are so consistent, like if you look at our feed, it's literally, we do not miss a week. Whereas people probably give up at that point. So it's like, if you look from a brand perspective, it's like, right, find me a brand who's as consistent as we are and show up every time.
Would you show up every day?
Not like on socials.
The thing is, the caveat to that is like, we don't want to compromise on quality. So like our priority is quality over quantity, but we do always aim for like being really consistent with uploading.
What are some of the ideas? Because again, like I've had this with podcasts, with writing newsletters. Like you think something's an absolute banger from a creative perspective, and it just completely bombs.
Yeah.
And then something that took you 2 minutes, absolutely flies. What are the ones that you're like, this is certy banger, and then was a certy flop? If you don't mind detailing.
Can I have a look?
There was one recent.
Yeah, go for
I think one did recently where we were like, oh, I could have done so much better.
It's so soul destroying, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
I think you try and think your mental block.
That's it, Millie. It's not. It's just a. It's like
Yeah.
It's, I think you try and like channel that out of your mind.
Yeah.
It's like, for fuck's sake. And then like...
To be fair, the founder's timeline we thought we was going to do really well.
Which was that?
That took many so long.
That took me
Is
so
that
long.
done on Canva? Basically?
Yeah. So I did this.
fucking
I really was enjoying this. Like, I don't know if you can see that the line is going up and down. It's following.
It's a calendar.
Yeah.
It's like basically the journey of, I can't remember what it was about. It was a whole month. It was our craziest month to date. And I wanted to like, how could I put this in a nice sort of vision for people to see and like really understand like how quickly things can turn. And I thought it was a really great post, and it didn't do well.
But the other thing as well, and this is what I've been trying to think about a lot, is like almost intangible brand awareness. In the sense, it's like we've had this with this show, is that people could like come on and tell us how they feel about when they listen to it, and it's like, oh, well, you're not trying to like, it's just a conversation. Yeah. You can't put that on a metric.
No.
And
Exactly.
and also like one person may watch, see that, was it Carousel? Buy Salt and become a like lifetime value of that customer could be huge. Yeah. And I think that's what I try and remind myself of is like it's
100%.
I don't know, it's the intangibleness.
Oh, 3 pillars. Yeah, so
like
there's...
Oh, yeah, so sorry, that's the we'll jump around.
No, but this is like what you're saying there. Yeah. This is that point, which I fucking love. It's
I've always thought, like, when I'm posting or when we're making content, is this post going to be for new followers? Is it going to be for our existing followers? Or is it going to be for, like, our brand and, like, what we want people... Like, basically, our social media is our CV to not only other brands, but to our customers. So it's like, one pillar is our brand. One pillar is existing customers, and one pillar is like new followers. We always have that in the back of our head. So like sometimes we'll expect a video to not do so well in terms of like engagement or like new followers or whatever, but that's fine, because like that is either a post that's for our brand and like that's building our brand and that is like exactly what we want there, or it's just a really good engaging educational piece for our existing followers. And that's fine. Like, it doesn't need to go viral. It doesn't need to like get loads of views or likes or anything. Yeah. And that actually really helps the brain, because you're still getting value in that post.
There's also stuff what you just said there, like carousel. It may have not gone to the people we want it to go to, but it may have gone to
but really
100
good for
of our
the
best
existing,
customers.
Yeah.
Okay, so brand is diehard fans.
Well, brand is actually SULT, like us.
So for people's feelings, like we want to like evoke from our perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, so go like go deeper into that, because I've never heard, like, I love finding stuff I've never heard before, but this is like just a really interesting way of...
So like the unhinged luxury is like what we try and
Unhinged.
Yeah, so the unhinged is like the Millie and I running around London trying to build a brand. The luxury is the beautiful aesthetic, the branding, the website, the emails, the things that basically make SULT as well. And for you to then have access to, well, I guess both of those key things is, what are you feeling? You're feeling A, like, this is really exciting to watch, the Netflix-ification stories, as you were saying. And then the other one is like, oh, these guys actually are fucking legit. This is an awesome brand. Yeah. So it's that two sort of slightly contrasting feelings that, I guess if you watch the show, right, your mood is going like that. And that's kind of how we want people to feel, like when they're engaged into SULT.
Bit of
It's-
unpredictability.
yeah.
There's almost like a storytelling arc of like, so yeah, detail that arc.
Well, I guess it's a case of you're buying into us as individuals, buying into the brand, buying into the purpose. Oh, these guys are really trying to build a brand between the two of them, not raising money, being UK independent, going through shit. Oh shit, something's gone well. God, I love these guys. Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, we may have said something to piss someone off. They didn't mean it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like constant human element.
So this is the guy, the Will Storr guy. You've got to read his book. Is the science of storytelling. And he's literally a genius. And who came to this lunch was this director who was like, she swears by his book for everything. And so I was asking like, what is like, even for say like me interviewing people, like what's the best way to tell a story? It's like all a story is change. So like if you've got people like one day SULT's going up, the next day it's going down, then it's going skew whiff. If it's just constant changing, so that's I love linking different things
and
together.
unpredictability for sure. You don't want a predictable ending. You always want people to be like, what's going to happen next?
Yes.
Always.
And the lucky thing is, because we're so early stage, that happens for us.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually direct that story a lot of time.
So when you say unpredictable ending, is that like at the end of the reel? Or
Within
just...
everything. So like, if like say I'm posting stories, it has to be from the start to the end. There has to be a middle bit where it's like, what's going to happen? Like a bit of ambiguity. And then even in our just whole SULT journey as well, like people don't know what our next move is going to be. Like we're doing Lovehoney collab and then launching Boots and then I don't know, something crazy as well.
it's constant.
It's always constantly guessing.
Unpredictability equals anticipation.
Yes,
equals
exactly.
Like obsession with your brand.
It keeps like that is engagement at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean that because I'm just like because obviously was it the better wetter thing?
But yeah, better and wetter.
That was amazing. Like I think talk us through maybe we can get this on the YouTube screen, but like when I saw that I was like, what the fuck is this? In the best way possible.
Yeah,
like
it was such a good video. Like I actually think that was the best. That was peak.
Go on. Do you want to detail it?
So the whole premise of the collaboration was better and wetter. Essentially a correlation between being hydrated and better time in bed, more
Better libido.
I guess you can join the dots there.
Did they reach out?
They reached out and we were like, obviously, let's do that. Sounds hilarious.
Did they come with the idea of better and wetter?
No, I mean, to be completely honest, we pretty much did the whole thing. So it was a bit of a pain in the ass, but that's working with huge companies, right? So the whole idea was better and wetter because obviously it sounded great and it was cool. And then the campaign was kind of a play on Cameron Diaz in Bad Teacher when she's cleaning the car and all the school kids are like drooling, looking at them. And then we thought, well, we don't want to be like too serious and like kind of taking life a bit too seriously. So let's stick me in a skirt as well. So it interchanged between Millie and me in a fucking like cowboy skirt.
Yeah. It's so good.
Just my clothes.
I mean, the whole sort of thing was we want to challenge the category and like what's acceptable. And we thought, fuck it, let's do that because no one is expecting that. Doesn't make any sense. So we kind of went there and we thought, well, let's try and do something utterly unique. And I think we did that. If you can see the video, it's pretty weird.
Yeah. It's
class.
It's so
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Alex is
fucking killed
he's really good.
Alex is
he's our
just
like
co-founder.
video.
He's a founding partner, so he's our sort of creative director per se.
Right.
So he helps with like the what's it called, like cinematic stuff, and then the photography. So the really beautiful like photography is definitely not.
You've seen all like the pictures of the splash.
Oh yeah.
Splash pictures.
So again, like
He did
what I
all
love
that.
about you guys is the hustle and like just the not. You don't need to raise loads of money. It's almost like the constraint increases the budget constraint increases the creativity.
100%. We've always said that. Yeah.
What other so we've gone through the brand pillars in terms of like the storytelling arcs. I love the idea of like unpredictability equals kind of gets people hooked because you just don't know where anything's going. In terms of like when you actually write this on your whiteboard, because I know you guys love the whiteboard. Like, will you? Is it a start, middle, end? Like I've studied like storytelling arcs. So you've got like there's the 7 basic plots, which is quite a big book. You've got the hero's journey, which is when like there's the frustration stage, all the ups and the downs, and the realization. Do you think about that, or are you just natural storytellers?
Well, I think we are just quite natural.
It sounds so arrogant.
Yeah, it does.
But like that's kind of what we're quite.
The thing is, like,
terrible at so much other stuff.
We've got there's 2 different ways we can go down this. Like we've got our whiteboard videos where we're literally like talking through something like Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like today, it did not work.
Is that what you guys were filming? Yeah, right.
Didn't work. Sacked off. And then we've also got like the videos that are like the voiceover scripted videos, which are very much like, okay, how can I tell this story in a unique way? But like the ones where me and you are just sort of, we just sort of wing
Yesterday's
it.
one.
What was yesterday's
The scaling
one?
public one.
So yeah, that was a scripted storytelling thing. Did you see that one?
You told me, probably, I mean, I've been on a bit of a binge on your guys' content.
So we did a scaling in public video yesterday where we basically have been obviously building in public for the past year. And the next phase was going to be scaling in public because we've kind of built a brand now. We've built this SULT. Everyone knows what it is. How can we make a story?
Right,
yeah.
so.
How can we differentiate ourselves? Because there's also a lot of other brands like building in public now. So we went to scaling in public, and in order, like, we had to obviously announce this sort of idea. Wait,
Yeah, this is great actually. Yeah, whack it. If you whack the mic near that.
Well, 9 months ago, we took the risk of investing £10,000 of our own money to launch our perfect electrolyte brand.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
And since then, we've gone from 0 to 100.
You all decided our boxes.
Our slogan, and even got involved in our first campaign.
Just got taken down. Showing you guys everything.
Our ongoing manufacturing issues, our arguments.
And our cash flow issues.
We were fucking scared.
But in our first month, we managed to do 32,000. 500. It's a long day. Big up.
And we managed to sell out. So we ordered more, which massively killed us.
We lost so much money on damaged stock, unusable sachets. On top of that, everything was massively delayed.
Our cash flow was screwed. We'd order stock, have money come in, sell out, have no more money come in, so we couldn't order any more stock. So then we couldn't really scale.
How did we get out of that? We just kept going.
We went from ordering 40,000
to 218,000
to 390,000 sachets.
We were now officially a brand to the public.
But still two people, very much self-learning everything. And that brings us to today.
10 months after launch, we've just placed our biggest order from 40,000 to 490,000 sachets.
We've essentially built the brand now, and we're starting to scale it. Welcome to Scaling in Public.
Fuck boring workshops. Introducing Hungary's 10x Challenger Brand Workshops. 10x creativity beats 10x budgets. Bringing the poddy from your headphones to real life rich learning. They're absolutely banging. I've chinwagged with some of the best Challenger brands in the world. Innocent, Vita Coco, Tony's Chocolonely, Bold Bean, Brewdog and Bear More. And some of the greatest marketing minds in the world. Seth Godin, Rory Sutherland, Sir John Hegarty, the absolute Donnies. My boy James Hicks and I have created 3 absolutely banging workshops. The best storyteller wins a banging copywriting workshop. 10x and unleash your creative inner being. New business Donnies using creativity to absolutely sell and close new business. We've run these for Naked Wines, Vita Coco and Corson Press. They all absolutely loved it. Each workshop is littered with a luscious mix of hand-picked, delectable and delicious goods, pastries, croissants, and loads more. You'll feel like a pampered guest at Hungry Hotel of Creativity. If you're interested and you're interested for your team, please DM me on LinkedIn or Instagram. That's so sick. So then, like the launching booths is kind of and then it's like that's the unpredictability. What the fuck's going to happen when you go into Boots?
Yeah.
But I think the whiteboard, I mean, you know, raise your hand up if you've been in school. Everyone. So everyone uses a whiteboard at school. They know the premise of a whiteboard.
Yeah.
But everyone has a bit of nostalgia of a teacher telling them something on a whiteboard, right?
Yeah.
So when we first used it, we were like, holy shit, this actually helps our minds because we're quite sort of all over the place. So having a whiteboard visually allows us to sort of look at it. But also we realised everyone actually loves a whiteboard. So why not just use it as a key like brand
so
thing?
it's like your learning is the content as much as anything.
Exactly, yeah.
There's a person I interviewed, Ravneet Gill yesterday. Who's like owns a load of. She's like Great British Bake Off presenter.
Oh, we'd love that, yeah.
She's amazing, but she's just opened a restaurant in Chingford, which is like North London, and she built this whole thing called Club Gina, which is everything. No one's ever done like a brutal, honest thing of like, how do you actually open a fucking restaurant? Like, this is how much it costs. This is how much it costs to get the echoing and the sound shit, whatever it is. And like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Oh, that thing.
What's it called? Is it acoustics? Sound shit. Sorry, sound shit. But like, she was showing me all like underneath the tables, there's these fucking like springs just to bounce off the acoustics.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you go into a restaurant, the acoustics are off. It's
lacking springs.
Wow.
It's a proper thing.
So is that for like the ambience of people talking
the
around
ambience.
you?
So like so you can have these things that come down that will like take the noise out.
There's like those things.
Yeah, so if you go into a restaurant and you see stuff that's hanging off the wall, that like kind of like above it. I mean, I kind of nerd out on these things. Maybe you just go and have your pasta.
I'm quite intrigued.
But it's really interesting. And But again, like no one knows about this.
Yeah.
So she was like, we had to spend like 15k sorting out the acoustics because everyone came in was
It's
like,
actually so worth it. It's nothing more annoying than like hearing.
well, yeah, she was like so honest about it. Like, you guys, and I'm trying to link to this the unpredictability. She was like, people were coming up to me during service, can you like sort out the acoustics? And she was like, what the fuck do you expect me to do? Do you expect me to go to table
Get a
15 and
pillow
say,
and-
shut the fuck up and get a pillow? Or like, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's that kind of opening people in and then linking this to this principle of unpredictability in storytelling, puts that in his newsletter or shares that on social behind the scenes, and people are like, what's going to happen next? The next episode is so fucking genius.
Yeah, because
so
it's also
genius.
such a minor thing. Like you can literally turn anything into a story. Like even you introducing me to the mushroom gummies or whatever, that can be a whole story.
How would
and
you
it's
turn
like,
that into a story, Millie?
like I was given these mushroom gummies, and then I don't know, I wanted to try them for the next week. So I'm gonna try, take these gummies every day, see how I am with work, and then something happens in SULT or something, whatever, and I'll always just relate it back to the mushroom gummies, and I'll be like, oh, I'm converted or whatever. I don't know.
I'm never drinking coffee again.
Yeah, never drinking coffee again, or I don't know. And then I met the founder of the mushroom gummy, and then we went out for coffee, and he told me everything that I shouldn't do in SULT, and I don't know. And then we made a SULT times mushroom collab, and it was never ending.
So dirty for listening.
It's just like what's so obvious to you is so non-obvious to other people. Like this.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to just hang out with you guys and just see how you guys do it. But you're literally riffing off stories off the fucking cuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's mad. And what did you like love reading or like fucking watching films or like?
I don't read. I've actually just written a book and I don't read.
That's jokes.
Just crazy.
What was? We'll get on back to the storytelling. But what was writing the book like?
Intense, like really intense. Probably more intense than a normal scenario of writing a book because I had to do it in 3 months. So yeah, it was crazy, but it was also the most eye-opening job I've ever done. I've learned a lot about myself, which is crazy. But also like writing a book, I'm not like a writer. So now telling me, like saying that I'm an author seems like so backwards to me because I am dyslexic.
It sounds like, you know, when you say you're an author, it kind of puts you into like a different pedestal.
I know. I'm like,
Excuse me, I'm an author.
Who takes dirty
Walk around
gummies?
drinking tea like this now.
it's actually funny.
That's why you're so grey tea.
I updated my writer profile yesterday to author. Author and co-founder. I think that's
nice.
pretty strong, isn't it?
Go with yourself.
You put marathon runner as well.
Marathon runner, so yeah. No, I don't read though. Do you read?
Yeah, but
I love to listen. I'm not much of a reader.
Or films, because you've referenced, you know, that was the scene from Cameron Diaz in X film. That was the scene of.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to understand is where you get your inspiration for.
Honestly, I think it
I
is.
feel like
just-
a lot of we did a workshop on creativity. Like a lot of great creative stuff is just remixing different ideas. So it could be. I don't know, my brain's gone blank here, but like, there's, for example, like Batman.
Yeah,
right? Like, there's loads of different Batman versions. There's the Christopher Nolan one.
Yeah.
There's the one they did with Robert, the new one, which was awful.
Shit, yeah,
I fell
yeah.
asleep in it. I just literally ate my chocolate and
Yeah.
fucked off to sleep. It was awful. But
I think films is a big thing. Like,
Right, okay.
I think like, you know, I've always loved like Pulp Fiction, like In Bruges, stuff like that.
In Bruges is
like,
sick.
do you know the
Yes.
films that basically shouldn't make sense, but you're captivated, and it's funny, but it's emotive
And
at the
like
same
old
time.
adverts.
Yeah, like the old Marlboro Gold adverts, sick. Like, do you know this really emotive feeling where, you know, we had this conversation yesterday when we're doing the video, you know, we're saying like, can we find some more emotive music? Because we want to picture it like a film. And it's like when you have like music or a sound, you know, you can watch something and it gives you goosebumps because the music is
Yeah,
so
the
good.
music's so
So like,
important.
I fucking love Kanye West songs. Like, I'm obsessed with Kanye West.
yeah.
Don't agree with what he says a lot of the time, but like, I think his music is phenomenal.
Amazing,
So it's like, I want to have that feeling where you can close your eyes and you're listening to something and it evokes a feeling. It's the underdog mentality. It's the whatever you want to sort of feel. And I guess the story is just like, you know, we have an idea a lot of the time. Then it's like, how can we make this make sense? Because I think our mind is a blessing that we're quite creative.
Yeah.
But it's also a curse because we fucking do this. Do you know what I mean? And then coming to an idea and actually executing that does take quite a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time. Never
Interesting.
underestimate the time.
But
that goes
again,
into
we
that.
can't be sort of
Yeah, but it's like, I think a lot of people would. There's a lot of people who can do the execution who would love to have that.
exactly, yeah.
So it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like you can't. That stuff you can channel and funnel.
Yeah.
You can't create that. Like you've
100%.
got that or you haven't. That's so
Yeah,
interesting.
and that's our big thing. Like, you know, I always fucking say it. It's probably so boring for you guys, but like, ideas are worth a penny. It's like if you can execute on something, you're doing 99% better than anyone else
Yeah.
because there's so many talkers in this world. You know, there's so many people who have a business idea, so many people who have like a marketing idea, but they just talk about it. Go and fucking do it.
That's that.
Do you know what I mean?
Hegarty guy, John Hegarty again. It's advertising is 80%, 90% idea, 90% execution.
Yeah.
So play it. That was a bit of I don't really understand it, but
Yeah.
but like it's I
Say it
think
with conviction, bro.
Yeah. The whole yeah, man. The whole point is that it's the execution.
Yeah.
So because obviously we got here a little bit early today, and there was, you know, loads of takes and stuff.
Yeah.
I think what I'd love to understand, it's almost like the iceberg theory, which is like people may see one of these sick videos. How many takes is it taking? What is the writing process of the script? You know, the actual rubbish.
Don't worry, it's going a massive tangent.
Don't worry.
But I said rubbish once. I was like, rubbish.
Rubbish.
And then
I
we
always
just-
say them piss
and then
out
we just say it over and over again.
Rubbish.
It's rubbish.
Rubbish whiffy.
Yeah, what is it, like a Jonathan Ross? What does he can't say?
Yeah,
His,
can't say ours. Alex can't say his ours. And he has a brand called Rapple.
Yeah.
So he's on Rapple, and it's like, mate, come on.
the tongue twister, that one.
But no, on your point, it's a ball ache. Like,
It is a ball ache.
The branding one. Do you want to talk about that? The evolution of the branding. Like, I think people,
Which one, sorry?
the post, the swipe posts.
Oh, what? The
Like,
Canva
people
ones.
think that that's sort of, you know, KR asses. Like,
Wait,
just a
what-
finished
what, as
product.
in the-
The branding.
Let me get up.
Like,
The evolution. Oh, so this one here. Oh,
Yeah. Play these because it's.
well,
quite-
it's just a carousel.
Oh right.
So like we wanted to do like a post about our Miro board. Miro board?
Mary, yeah.
What is Miro like a?
It's like a wall, it's like a whiteboard, but
Massive.
digital.
Oh, what? So you can put like your vision.
Everything. Yeah.
So we've got our whole branding process on
If
there.
you have a look, you have a look.
That is sick.
So it's basically a carousel post of basically telling the story of the Miro board, of how he got from the idea and drawing to the actual
And
salt
product, yeah.
And then
product.
when it says like the first sighting of Salt's brand colours, is it you writing that down?
This was on the mirror board, so we just screenshotted that.
and then the
Also, this
annotation.
case as well. Interesting.
So all the text on there is created on Canva by me, but the screenshots and everything are on Miro. So I've annotated it myself. If that makes sense.
And that's on Canva.
Yeah,
So that's not your handwriting.
that's not my handwriting.
No. I was just interested. Yeah, but that's so interesting.
So, but like stuff like that, it takes so long.
Yeah.
But it's a storytelling of people think that box was just made.
Exactly,
When
yeah.
actually, like, look how much,
Look
and like
how
that
much
is hours and
involved.
hours and hours of time branding, speaking to different people.
Back and forth.
I mean, it's called Index to begin with, the brand. Like, what a shit name. And then it's changed from like an athletic brand to a brand I've just spoken about earlier, to like the process of like every element of the brand coming to life.
But I think it's just, but people will just see the clips and the content and just think, oh, and I suppose it is the amount of effort.
Yeah.
It's the unseen.
How did that do well?
effort.
That didn't do as well as
I mean, it's still
we
pretty
thought,
decent,
but it's
isn't
good.
it?
And then what do you? And then so in terms of writing the actual scripts, again, I'm asking this selfishly, right? So, Millie, before we went like live, and I think this will help so many people because I get asked these questions all the time. It is just a fucking minefield. Sometimes social media, like I don't understand, and we're bashing our heads against the wall with YouTube. Like we've got really good numbers, diehard audience on like RSS. So like Spotify is like, so basically Spotify, Apple, there's RSS, and then there's kind of YouTube. Mate, we can't crack it. Like we're literally like working all the time at this. But like I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's often just a few tweaks in socials that can have massive.
Yeah, and
What would you
there's a
say
lot
those
of trial
are?
and error. And it's like, so mainly like what Henry said, music is such a key thing. The first 3 seconds, like standard, it goes without saying, has to be something that like is basically giving context to the video without giving too much away. So like what information are you wanting to give to the viewer that's enough information to like hook them in, but not giving away the full video? Does that make sense?
It's well hard.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
It's a trailer of a film.
So do you
It
think
is,
so
yeah.
with our hooks, like when we're selecting the content from the episodes, we will then we will think, oh, like listening for something that sounds really interesting. So it could be like my restaurant was empty, right?
So like I would then argue like, but how is that interesting? Like,
Yeah.
if your restaurant was empty, but like
no, but I want to hear
that
this.
gives me no substance to like what is this restaurant? Is it usually really busy? Have they just opened?
Yeah.
Is this a Michelin star restaurant? Are the do the Royals own it? Like what? I need a bit more information to just that one line.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, this will help like tons of people.
So
like an example, we like my free Michelin star restaurant was empty.
Exactly. Adding that bit of description.
That's conflict because by saying free Michelin star, you
It's
assume
like
that's going to be the best restaurant.
You assume it to be
Yes.
like really
My viral restaurant is dead.
Yeah. And then, because interesting, when we do like, when we use the keyword Michelin and then have like a counter position, like how this Michelin star restaurant saves, or doesn't use like blue roll. Like, no, not blue roll. Like, you know, the blue, it's like blue roll, but blue.
Oh, the big blue
the big
roll.
fucker, yeah, blue roll. I think it is. Like,
You spill something, they're like,
Right.
yeah. And it's like that's such a conflict because it's like they've got so much money. They're a 3-star restaurant.
Yeah.
That one does really well. That's so interesting.
Do you know? I know we spoke about it previously, but look at the Happy Stack guys. They're so good at hooks.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you one. Like they're
But it's
yeah.
also like that's the visual hooks as well that they're really good at.
it's they're just very.
But then I would say some people would be too clickbaity. Click.
That's what happens, isn't it?
Some people would be too clickbaity that it actually over time really
TikTok
hinders their
Brand.
and like their actual videos because people know that what they're saying is way too dramatized and over exaggerated and really it's like completely.
And
I don't know.
For some of this stuff,
My business from like 100K a month to 100K a day in like less than a year. I'll literally make millions of dollars off like one Instagram story post. People don't want to start businesses because they think they're too young. But when you're young is when you should.
Can't fucking believe you're 24, man.
You guys are dinosaurs.
you're asking yourself so many questions, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're like, how the fuck has he done that? He's 24. Oh my god, how has he done that? You know what I mean? It's like, and that's a trailer. Emily's right. Like there are TikTok.
No, but I feel like because everyone, a lot of people listen to this, and especially where brands now, I think if you're not having content first, like you guys are doing, like Amelia at Bulbin, like Perfect Ted, like my mate who owns a chocolate company, he was sort of came to my other mate.
I've got loads of mates.
like kind of like a Chinese whisper situation. And he was like, we've got everyone's in place. We've got a massive company, like doing millions. We've got this. Everything's in place. He's like, what should we do next? And my mate does a lot of marketing stuff, runs Brand Hackers. I don't know if you've known that company, but he was like, just do what you guys are doing. Do what almost build the brand, create the storytelling. And I think it's like it's that missing piece that so many people don't know how it's an art.
If you think about like also like from just a really boring like brand economics perspective, it's like people spend hundreds of thousands a year on ads, like literally thousands of pounds. Like we didn't spend a penny until like 4 months after we launched because we already sold out once completely organically. And so what we would have saved like 30 odd K on just not doing ads. So if you build in your organics as well as your ads, you're doing a lot of the legwork for your organic media. And like Sophie does like a dissection of our social media, like kind of weekly. And, you know, it's something like, you know, a quarter to half is ads, most of it's organic. So
Really?
like we're actually doing more of the legwork through spending 0 penny and being way more creative than other people, saving us thousands of pounds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like everyone, like no one can, that's happened to me now. What has happened?
Yeah.
Rubbish. Everyone has the capability of doing
Rubbish.
that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
you have brands like Space Goods who are fucking shit at content, but they are masters at ads. They are way better than anybody else at ads. Same with Purdy and Fig. Like their ads are better than anybody, but their organics are pretty whack. They're just photos. Whereas we're not very good at the sort of ad side of things in terms of like making aggressive amounts of creatives weekly because we just haven't got the resources yet. But we're arguably better than organics than they are.
Yeah,
See what I mean? So
I would say organics are more important because I feel like
organics are.
I feel like
evergreen.
organics are real customers in a way. This is how my brain works. Like organics are real customers, and then the ads are more like a quick short-term customer that doesn't really know. They haven't really invested in the brand yet. They've just sort
It's
of
like
been hit by an
meat
ad.
fans versus die-hard fans.
Yeah.
But also, if you think
Yeah.
about an ad, you're basically paying for a piece of content you own as a brand to be put in front of someone's eyes. Why not just do that organically? if you can, or do it both, then you're winning on both sides.
Completely. So just want to get to sort of like first principles of storytelling, and so we've got unpredictability that keep them guessing at the end, a hook which is better than my FM.
Gives a bit of context.
Yeah, so hook needs context and promise. What are some, like, you guys specific? What are your sort of favorite kind of hooks? Kind of templates. I think you talked about like counter positioning or something. Like, what are some of the other ones that you know are bangers or bankers?
We lied.
It's the visual audio. And
Sorry, mate, you got to hold that up.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah,
the visual and the audio. So like, there's one that we loved. I don't know why we always love it, but it's us when we sold out the first time. Then we talked about basically becoming a real brand, and it's like Millie basically saying like we lied. So a brand who has like told the whole story organically and like transparently saying they lied is like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what, they're lying? Yeah. And I span Millie on a chair, on this chair here. So that's the visual hook. It's the audio hook. And then people are captivated because like, holy shit, what are they lying about? And it's like, well, not really anything.
And then also like, even when you're, you know how the caption, not the text on screen caption, but like the actual caption itself, that also has to kind of have some sort of ambiguity to it. Or like, I would always think, okay, how can I relate this to the video without giving away anything, but then probably as a question that makes people have to watch the video to then make that caption make sense.
Wait,
does that make sense?
Say that again. Say that again. I need some more shroom gummies. Yeah. No.
These gummies are working.
Yeah. You're on fire, Millie.
Crack, love.
No. I'm a bit lethargic, lefty today.
The caption. So say the video is about us lying. We've relaunched everything like that. The caption, once I've just uploaded that, has to relate to this video in a way that is like still ambiguous, but makes people watch that video to make that caption make sense. They're like, they'll read it and be like, oh, what do you mean? I need to watch the video. Oh, that's why that caption.
Like, do an example.
Okay.
So let's say that video was.
So we lied.
Let's say you had a cat and the cat went missing. I bet you found the cat and that's the video.
Oh yeah, I had a cat, the cat went missing, and I found the cat.
Yeah, so that's your story. What would the caption be for that?
Okay. The caption could be something about, okay, I need to think about what happens in that video though. So I lost the cat, nearly got run over. Let's say nearly got run over.
And your neighbour found it.
And then my neighbour found it and I've just been given the cat. Okay. So the caption could be, I nearly got run over trying to find it. It's like, gives
so it's
you
like
no
still sucked into the video.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Where did
And
she
then,
get
and
run
then
over?
how would you do with the cat? How would you do the hook? No, this is amazing. This is like watching you guys like come up with shit live is beautiful. How would you get the hook and the hook context promise of this cat?
This is really putting me on the spot.
Sorry, yeah. As in we can take our time with it, but it's just fascinating.
So like, let's say the cat was at my house. It ran outside, nearly got run over. Neighbour found it. The hook, the hook of the title, the caption on the title could be, well, no, let's think about the actual video first. Always think the video first. So the video would be.
I don't know how I gave you the cat video. Just do one of our videos.
No, the cat.
No, cat's good.
It's good.
Cat's good because this will put it in
The
layman
video
terms.
would be, well, usually the video would actually just be an authentic video, like a captured authentic video. And obviously, if my cat is running out the door, I'll be screaming. So that's already a visual hook and a verbal hook.
Or the part where you almost got run over would be like, and then it stops before you get run over.
No, because that's giving it away.
Oh, okay.
That's already in the middle part of the story that is like
That's a re-hook.
That's like the pivotal point.
Okay.
You don't want to give that away at the first 3 seconds. So like the first 3 seconds literally would be me screaming,
John!
running. That is the
called John.
visual, and that's already stopping.
The cat's called John.
John.
Oh, John.
And then I actually wouldn't even think you would need a text as the title on that as well, because there's too much going on. Sometimes, like I said, you know, when you showed me that video, there was like the title, the text on the screen, and then I'm trying to hear the person. I was like, there's too much conflicting information. I don't know what's going on. And that's already like put me off the video. So like sometimes you just need one thing that is going to grab the person's attention. So with this cat video, that would be just the visual and the verbal me screaming hook.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're reading that caption below saying like, I nearly got run over. You're thinking, what is going on in this video? So the person is hooked. And that is already like the first 3 seconds.
So the hook is fucking everything, basically.
Everything.
So hook, unpredictability.
But sometimes I'll do it where it's like the hook, because a lot of people now know what a hook is. So you actually want to do the reverse psychology and actually pause at the start. That is also a hook. So a pause would be like, or even in some of my
When
videos.
you do like, you go like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Some of my videos I'll be like, right, or like, and that's just a hook. It's so simple and slow.
Wow. Yeah.
It's
So
like
against
making
what everyone else is
it's
doing.
exactly making what everyone else.
What other ways do you swim against, like, use some of those real delicious nuance? Like,
It's really hard because, like you said, sometimes it just comes so naturally.
yeah.
Like, let's say the last week we were doing some stories. Of the boxes and how we went from the idea of the box. You know how you were like, this is a really good story.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
It was basically evolving the whole process. So it was a case of showing it.
So that's an example.
That was all the way.
So I did like some stories of, so we did a reel of us showing these trays in Boots, and we're talking
Yes, I
about
saw
the
that.
trays
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
And I uploaded
It was like everything before that.
Yeah,
and then
everything before that.
the reel was the piece of the puzzle that's missing.
Exactly. So everything before that was just like how we got from the idea of SULT and the box, and then the end of the box, right? And sorry, I'm not really making sense. The end of the product. And these are all in like Instagram stories. After those initial stories of like showing the journey of SULT, I then put up the reel of the tray, because that was the next in that
It gives the
post.
trade context.
Exactly.
It gives shows us where it started as like an ideation, a baby, and then where it was born in a fucking like store in Boots. So it's like, if you just posted the reel, it's like,
Exactly, yeah.
oh, I've already peaked.
You need
Do
to
you know what I
add
mean? It's like,
context.
do a bit of foreplay. Here's the peak.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, like, I think a lot of people, they don't nurture their stories enough on Instagram. Like, they're either just doing it sporadically, or they're trying to condense a lot of information in one story, when really there's so much information you can like spread out.
Brooklyn
across
Beckham, like, yesterday, smashed that. Yeah.
Across a few stories.
See his stories yesterday?
I thought I'd like, when he was like his brand Beckham, I was like,
Oh, crazy.
he's getting like, I can just imagine
his
it.
trust fund gone.
And then, that Cotswold mansion just been like, David, darling, we've got a bit of a problem.
Roman being like, oh, my pot's got a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Not great.
I actually saw him. I was in the. Have you been like the Bull in Cholbury?
Yeah,
Been
yeah.
to that pub that's
Oh,
by.
I'm staying there. Is that a
it's
hotel
like
as
by,
well?
but mate, I was outside having a cigarette, and I was like I saw these American, like, I thought they were yobs basically.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, like, what you saying, like, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, one of them kids looks really recognisable, and then another fucking van pulls up.
Security.
Security. Another van pulls up. I was like, this is getting a bit
the
crazy.
Bull.
Bex, Gary Neville, fucking all of them come bowling out because he just got his knighthood.
Oh, mad.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Brooklyn, whatever his name, Brooklyn wasn't there.
Yeah.
But
I was going to start a brand of Brooklyn.
oh really? What's the brand?
During second year uni, so when I was like 22, it was a
Are you
male.
guys the same age? How old are you guys?
I think he is, yeah.
You're
So it's
20.
I'm 28.
28.
So it was my really good mates was going out with his cousin, and we had an idea to basically create a male makeup brand. I still think it's a good idea. It's called Bello, handsome in Italian.
Bella.
Basically, Bello, Bella, but O at the end, so Bello.
Is handsome in Italian
Yeah,
for
yeah,
blokes.
yeah. So basically, there's a massive.
Bella.
Yeah.
Okay, with you.
So basically,
Yeah.
like every bloke, pretty much when they're like 18 to like 24, will use their girlfriend's or sister's makeup to hide a spot at some point. Even use like fake tan half the time. But as soon as you do that in a sort of over feminine way, it's like, but actually, if you've got a cool creator to do it and you basically destigmatize that, that's really cool. So we're speaking to the Beckham family, and I was like, holy fucking shit, Brooklyn Beckham's World. Went to the pub with him and Nicola Peltz.
Oh, that's so fun.
It was sick. Like, spoke to the the Beckham family in terms of like the whole like the management. Went to the house in, is it Hampstead?
Wow.
Fucking fat pad, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating like, you know that pub in
What did
Notting
they-
Hill
did
where
they-
you had the pints of prawns.
Oh, the
Sick
Cow?
pub. The Cow, yeah. Well,
That's the best pub in London, mate.
Sick, mate.
Mate, the food there is
Class.
It's just insane, and you can just have a rowdy piss up in
Yeah.
there. Good.
Where's that again?
It's in Notting Hill. In
It's one of the best pubs going. It's like really good.
But like
Have you been to
also
the Pelican?
Pelican. It's not far from
Love
Pelican.
Pelican.
Yeah. But they play. I did my birthday there. in September, and mate, it's just great. Like they haven't touched it, so it's not like it hasn't been gastropubbified.
It's like a tiny little like cooking
yeah.
area.
It's really.
It's like it looks almost shit, but by doing so, it looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
So shit, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love those pubs. And then what happened? So what?
Then that was then.
So when you went to the Beckhams,
Yeah.
did you?
Well, I remember
give you like coffee or like?
Yeah.
No, so it was mad. So we
Gave you some electrolytes.
Hang on, I didn't like that. No, we went to the house, went for dinner with them all. The what's her name? David and what's her name? Victoria. They weren't there. It was all like the other extended family.
Just the two main ones.
That's nice. But no, it was crazy because like we'd go there and like there'd be security and like microphones, like we're in these huge cars with like a fleet of these cars behind us. And obviously we were there like 22, but like lads, like we're not going to steal them. Don't worry. Like, I think you'd smash us. You're massive. So we went through the stage and like we had like all these huge pitch decks. We're working with, do you know Pearl Fisher? I know you know.
Ben Branson's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan Fisher. You know.
I don't know. Ben's a good mate, but yeah.
You're friends with the other guy, aren't you? What's his name? From Perry, yeah.
Hayden from Big Fish.
Big Fish.
Yeah.
Like they're like competing branding agencies. They're huge in London. So we had
Have you sat with Perry?
No.
You guys should meet him. He's a fucking legend. You really like him, yeah. He like knows
big
how
fan. Basically, if you go to Waitrose, everywhere you look,
he's done every
like,
brand under the
Tyrrell's,
sun.
it's all him.
Amazing.
Yeah. So he did Tyrrell's, Charlie Bigham, Goo, Coconut Collaborative.
Oh, love. Yeah.
Fucking Merchant Gourmet. I think Cross the Molica, the pizza brand.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how you say it? I've never known how you
Cross the
say
Molica.
it.
Yeah, well, this is one of their
Cross
big
the
issues
Molica.
because they were doing.
I've never known how you say that.
Doing a piece of market research, but they were like showing people, do you know this brand? And everyone was like, oh, it's the one with the stripes.
There you
They
go.
were like, we had to change it because no one knew the fuck. He's a genius.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's like
anyway,
it's like Saint Pierre. Is it Saint Pierre? You know the
Saint
brioche.
Pierre, the brioche buns,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like that was one of my mate's dad's companies in Newcastle, and
What's his name?
don't know what his dad's called.
Yeah, because his dad was going to come on the podcast. We just need to get the dates for it.
But that's what they're called. They did market research, and it was the orange bread company.
So this is Perry's whole thing. Yeah.
So actually, they didn't over-index on the name because Saint Pierre didn't.
Wait,
really
is
mean
it
anything to
Milner?
anyone.
David Milner?
No, maybe he was the director.
So David Milner was the anyway, we're getting really into the
But anyway,
semantics.
so basically that was the whole thing. The whole premise
Yeah.
of the thing was, right, sweet, don't over-index on the name, over-index on the colour. And that actually brings us back to SULT, unintentionally. Like SULT is the yellow electrolyte brand. You know what I mean? So like massively off tangent, actually kind of full circle moment. Where's the fuck? Well, that's good enough. It's bright yellow. But like, if you look at us compared to all the competitors, we have pretty much the most aggressive brand colour, like bright yellow. Like, you can't miss that, can you?
And like just one colour.
Yeah.
I feel like just one block colour. I feel like with a. So do you look at the landscape at the category and think, how do we stand out, or do you look actually bigger? Like, what's your take on that?
We
Both,
always
isn't it?
think like against the grain, don't we?
Yeah.
But it is like it always comes back to like what would we want? Like what would as customers, what would we pick up? What would we see? What would we like? We like a bit of fashion.
That was
like
a really
bit of
cool moment.
fitness.
So I was at the train station going back home. I was in East Croydon, not where you want to be. But I sat there with a pair of new shoes from Nike. Because I was like, I just bought a new pair of shoes. And Millie sent me a picture that exact day.
Yes.
Was like, I love this colour. And I was like, holy shit, Millie, look what shoes I just got. And now these bright yellow Nikes. And we're like, is that a sign? And I literally in the message, I remember it. It's like, is that the universe talking? And that day we made it this colour. So it was like a slight well, obviously it's like a Pantone we use. But like we like that colour. Let's make that our brand colour.
But I think like the creativity is a lot about noticing anomalies in plain sight, and like if it's to your taste.
Yeah.
Like, again, I don't know why I've just been reading a lot about John's book recently, but he's like, you can do whatever you want in the world, but the hardest thing, and actually it's not John, it's Paul Smith, you know, the designer.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him on, and he's got a great thing about creativity, and like I'll send you. It's really short to read. But it's like the hardest thing in the world is having a fucking point of view. Like you can be good at anything, but actually developing your own taste,
Your own point of view,
and
yeah,
point
yeah,
of
yeah.
view is really
Really
hard.
like that.
And I think a lot of it is what am I doing? And I love the Beatles, right? And so their famous album, the Beatles, the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. I think that's it. But basically, Paul McCartney was on a fucking plane. They've come and brought him salt and pepper, and it's like bang, SP, writes that down. And the idea comes, but it's come from his fucking experience.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be you buying shoes in Croydon, if that's your. But that's not easy to people, because most people think I need to go and do a market research
Exactly.
thing, ship some consumers in a room, and they're not going to tell you what they want. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
But again, that's what we just said. It's like people deep shit for their own value add.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these companies have these fucking mad people who are on stupid like salaries a year.
Yeah.
And it's like you're doing extra work to prove that you're valuable in this company.
Oh, mate.
Whereas like we have a thing where like, you know, if Millie says, Sophie says it, like whatever,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Like if it's a good idea, go with it.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to have a status. It's what we were saying earlier about status.
And it's the same with content as well. Like people will try so hard to like copy other people's content because they think that's going to do well. And it's like, actually, if you just think yourself, what can we do with our brand? Or like, we'll just think creativity, then that's actually when it'll do well for you. Like it's always just being authentic to yourself, which is really cliche to say, but
and also in the weird way, like if you then think about it, it's probably going to mean more to you.
Exactly.
So you're going to put more effort into it and come across
yes,
better
exactly.
and
Yeah,
care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
comes from the heart.
Well, that's what I get with my my newsletter. When I write my newsletter every week,
water.
is go for it. Is that the one like that? Literally, that it doesn't really grow. I'll have some water as well, man. I'm getting a bit parched over here. But like, yeah,
Let's get you some salt.
I've been
Mango
using.
tropical peach or watermelon. We're gonna convert you from fizz.
Yeah. No, I'm still waiting for those samples, mate. That you.
Did you send me your address?
I don't think I did, mate. to be
Yeah, we'll send you
Thank
some.
mate.
I think peach or let's do peach.
Do you want peach or mango? What do you prefer?
honest. Peach.
Let's do peach. I think
So,
peach.
like, to be honest, I've started banging it in with creatine in the morning.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, this is 5. I'm 5 days in.
Right.
Like,
Nice.
I was in Thailand for the beginning of the year, just getting pissed, so like wasn't doing any of this. But I do feel way better. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like more like
5 days in. That's good.
I haven't even tried
That's
salt
amazing.
yet.
You haven't even tried salt. Do you know how the milligrams of salt in fizz? I don't think you do you?
No.
Really putting you on the spot.
what do you use creatine for like the cognitive effects?
Mate, I got back from holiday and felt like a bit of a porker, so I was like, I need to get tongue.
Just get creatine.
So I
in.
was like, get some creatine.
Magic potion.
It's a bigger bloke, so it's
Oh, sick. Oh, these. Also, where did you get all this merch stuff from? Have you got like a link?
Henry's got
Nikki.
Henry's got a good contact.
My G called Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick. It's nice and cold as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, we have like different.
we got and then we got my bottle down here. This one.
Oh, mate, that's delicious.
Say that in the mic.
Delicious.
Delicious. No, we definitely like we are always gonna vouch for like best tasting electrolyte for sure. You've got to believe in your product so much that you have to, you can say that all the time.
100%. So, what are other ways? I think I read a thing about the best advice we ignored.
The best advice is to be ignored.
No.
Oh, sorry, the carousel. All the
Sorry,
advice
no.
ignored. Yeah.
No, I was thinking I've really butchered that from a research.
So chaotic in here, isn't it?
No, these are the most fun conversations when it's just literally just like all over the shop. But yeah. So not the best
All the advice we ignored.
Yeah, talk me through some of those. Like, what's your reasoning for ignoring good advice? For like the decision behind that, the why behind that decision to like if someone tells you something, an expert, and you sort of fuck it off. Why?
Sometimes it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I don't know, Henry probably has a different answer to me, but I've always just thought like it might work for them, but it just might not work for us. Like we're always doing something, like things change all the time, every single day, overnight. Like you actually never know what is going to work unless you try. And what's that saying where it's like, you only learn the best if you make from your mistakes or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd rather make a mistake and then learn from that than to dodge all the mistakes and just take anyone's piece of advice and you're moving around like crazy because people are telling you all these different things, you actually don't know what to believe.
That's such good.
It's also what you said
Yeah.
to begin with. You were saying how like just because they've lived it and the expertise say it, it's like, well, things change every day.
Yeah.
So they were an expert what?
In their
5 days ago,
experience.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
What about tomorrow? What about 10 years time?
Yeah.
Like, if we were told marketing advice, it's like, sweet, well, I'd rather listen to someone with 600,000 followers on social media than your agency with 1,000 followers. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think I know I'm listening to her.
Yeah.
I saw a quote that said like the best advice is to Something about the best advice is to not ask anyone or something.
Oh yeah, if you want the worst, if you
Yes.
want the worst advice, ask everyone.
That's
Neville
it.
Ravikant. Do you know him?
Yes.
That's my quote. I posted that on my story.
Did you?
Yeah, you actually do listen to what I say.
Wait, so yeah, he's a clever fucker,
He's
man.
he's
yeah,
like my
Have you
favourite.
read his book?
Yes, I keep telling Sophie to read it.
Oh, it's this, that
Almanac
book's
of Neville Ravikant.
like
It's
The what, sorry?
The
the Almanac of Neville Ravikant. It's a bit
What
of a
does that
mouthful.
mean?
An almanac is like, in fact, mate, if you like his, read because it's based on that. The almanac, Poor Charlie's Almanac.
Yeah.
Almanac's a bit of a mouthful. It's like like I don't know, like almost like teachings.
Yeah.
Charlie Munger was Warren Buffett.
Yeah, his
Warren Buffett's
right-hand man.
His
Yeah.
book is fucking incredible. If you
Like the
ask,
compound interest side of things.
it's just got. I mean, it's got all these different like mental framings.
Yeah.
Like his rule of inversion, right? So it's like if you
The rule of inversion.
So basically, it's like, he goes, really clever guy, right? Billionaire, goes to this to do a talk at I think Harvard University, like a commencement speech. You know, when they've finished, they've all got their robes on and shit. And he's like, well, people asked me to give you a talk about how to be happy. And he goes, well, that's kind of fucking bollocks. Well, isn't obviously to say that. He's like, he goes, actually, the best knowledge is inversion. So always invert, always invert. So instead, I'm going to tell you how to live a life of misery, and
Yes,
you just avoid that.
that.
So he basically says, like, be unreliable, take drugs, drink, resentment. Because if you just avoid those things, you'll be happy. And I've asked that as a question to brands. It's like, if you wanted to decimate your brand overnight, and I asked it to Giles Brooke, who's like the guy who did Vita Coco. Yeah, he's a really smart guy. I was like, if you wanted to kill your brand overnight through the rule of inversion, like, what would you do? And like this little things, he was like, well, we'd overinvest in above the line media, like ATL campaigns. Whereas actually, what you should do is just invest, like you guys are, point of purchase. Yeah. So it's just a really interesting framing.
It goes the same with like selling as well. Like when you're selling a product, actually tell people not to buy it.
Yes.
Because then people will question, like, because
The negative sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even it's like we did ads where we were like, don't buy this if you are someone who has a really high sodium intake and you're sitting at a desk all day every day and you don't move and blah blah blah. Like, you are not the customer for Salt. Don't buy us. But if you are exactly, yeah.
The whole brand building is psychology.
Sorry.
The whole brand building is psychology. So it's like you just got to build.
Other so that again we're getting.
We're really going around in circles.
No. We get like when you listen to the pod, like it goes.
Yeah.
It's why people like it because it just
Nice.
there's no like fucking structure to
Yeah.
it. But the layers of psychology because we're talking about these different principles.
Yeah.
So it was almost the negative sell or the reverse psychology.
Well, it's like going back to the emails we were talking about earlier. It's like by doing what all the brands don't do, by not selling a product but selling a feeling, you're more likely to make more sales. Do you know what I mean? Weirdly?
Yeah.
So like the emails themselves, or like even the videos or the messaging, it's like if you look at strip it all back. What have humans been from a completely evolutionary stance? As like what are we? We're like pretty much pack animals, right?
Yeah.
We live in small packs, or like I don't know what the word is for humans.
Tribes,
right? We live in tribes. And what are we moving into now more and more? An anti-tribe culture where people are losing connection with people through social media. We're basically trying to bridge that together by creating like a community of like a tribe per se in a brand.
Yep.
So with that, the psychology is, right, we're not going to build or sell a product. We're going to sell a tribal feeling of being part of something. For example, you guys are choosing our box design. You know what I mean? So it's like you all created our box. So you're part of this brand and you have emotional buy-in to the brand. Yeah. So you can say, I was a part of that brand being built. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you just strip things back to like their very basics, it's not that complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the human, again, this is Seth Godin things, the marketing genius. He says the only three things humans need to survive are status. So like, are we up? Are we down? Connection. Do we feel part of something? And freedom from fear, like i.e., like, is there a gorilla coming to eat us? Are we going to get kicked out of the tribe and left?
Quite a niche animal you chose in that.
Yeah, gorilla.
Yeah, or like a fucking whatever. And it's exactly what you're doing. So like, people buy Salt, they feel status, like we helped design that product. The connection, if you guys do a sick party, we were there. The freedom of fear, it's like if you're part of our tribe, like it's a timeless. brand building principle. But it's
Yeah.
like, I feel like once you see the status thing, you see it like everywhere.
Status is key as well. So like,
Yeah.
I did a post on LinkedIn, fucking up LinkedIn, and it kind of popped off, and it was like, rule 1 of brand building: build an Instagrammable product. Because like, if you look at SULT, I mean, I don't want to like slag off some brands, but like, there's some other brands out there.
Or
right?
like Starface.
Exactly, yeah. So like, let's say Barocca. What have you ever seen someone do a story of Barocca?
Yeah,
'Cause
because
like-
probably some sad git somewhere.
But do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Though? Like
yeah.
you want to, so building a brand that has status and meaning that you want to put it on your Instagram swipe, carousel, stories, reels, whatever, because it's being part of something more than just a product or a brand. It's like SULT isn't just an electrolyte; it's everything else
It's
as
a
well
lifestyle.
as electrolyte.
Yeah, I think we're in the age now, and this was the Dirty guys were talking about it. We did like a supper club and panel. So
Yeah.
they were on. So Andrew was on the panel. Perry, the guy we've been talking about, was on the panel, and they're like, brands. It's not about standing out on shelf anymore.
Yeah.
It's do you fit in at Vivienne Westwood Fashion Institute?
Yeah.
Do you fit in at the F1 box? Do you
Yeah.
fit in at? And it's that reframing, which is
It's like, and what is an accessory? Like, what can be, like,
Yes.
SULT is an
Yes,
accessory
the other week on the chat.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what brands align?
with your brand. And
What
Yeah,
are some of your
same
favourite
conversation.
brands? Like just anywhere, like
Brands.
anywhere. No, but as in like, what brands do you guys really like aspire to and emulate in this category?
I mean, we always like, it's quite cliche, but Rhode is always such a really interesting one to look
Rhode?
at. Rhode. Hailey Bieber?
I don't actually know that.
No, no one.
No.
Like, so they do.
You're speaking to
Like, I
a,
was
speaking to a
thinking
bloke about a makeup brand.
Yeah, true.
Do you have a
I think you're
girlfriend?
talking about Rode microphones. I was
Oh
like,
my
that's
God,
quite boring. I was like, fair enough.
They're really good on like feeling and like,
World building.
yeah, that and trend. They're really good trendsetters as well, because they actually do the opposite of trends, which makes it a trend. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So-
unpack that a bit more.
So like sometimes, okay, so let's say their most recent, well, it actually wasn't most recent, it was in summer. They did a campaign on a beach in like the Amalfi or whatever, and so basically it's like a lip product, if you don't know Rhode. And their brand color that month was yellow, but the trending color is yellow and throughout that whole year. But they kind of went more of like it was like a lemon yellow as opposed to a very like subtle pastel yellow. It was like such a small difference, but it made that campaign really pop, because like that is now that color was now the new trend, the lemon yellow, as opposed to this like pastel yellow that everyone else was using. And then after that, like lemon yellow was trending.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're like always going anti-trends, which really works.
But also, I think the other thing is that it's almost like the blandemic of brands, in the sense that they all start to look the same. And you see this in like
Exactly, yeah,
it's happened
yeah.
with protein bars, basically happened with oat milk, dairy oat milks, or like whatever you want to call them. It makes me laugh when you go to a cafe and be like, "Is it cow's milk?" I'm like, "Mate, just give me some fucking milk."
Yeah, that's what you're like.
Yeah.
Do you want milk? Real milk.
Yeah, it's
Real
just
milk.
milk, mate.
Yeah.
Not like, is
And
it
then they
cows
question it, like, real milk?
But anyway, the dairy oat milk, whatever, it converges and they start to look the same.
Yeah.
Do you worry about that, of people coming in and say hypothetical question here? You know, Trip went first with theirs. Now a lot of the brands come in,
Yeah.
kind of similar to that in
Yeah.
the CBD space. If someone was to come in and start trying to not nab your yellow, nab the semiotics of your brand, what would you do in that situation?
We had this issue right at the start, and it was like, it was something that we had to kind of actually wisen up to.
Yeah.
Because we're both quite leery people, and we say exactly how it is, and we wear our heart on our sleeves, which is really good, but also terrible because we're ripe for like getting something wrong by saying like, fuck you. So this is kind of the evolution of like, we had a lot of brands pretty much like copy us. And it was like, we could either waste time complaining,
Yeah.
like going on about it, or we could be like, sweet, they're copying us. Let's carry on.
Stick
So
on it.
we've got so much better at just ignoring it, because like ultimately, like, what's the point?
Because
you're
also
just complaining.
the founder of Grenade, we did a podcast with him, G. He was basically said, if I don't know my next move, how can someone else? And you know what you were saying about the 5-minute versus 5-year thing? It's like,
Yeah.
the better, wetter thing.
He
You
said that
might
way
be
better
doing
than I
like, you might be doing an Interstellar thing next. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
On Clapham Common before
Yeah,
they
yeah.
like, and I think that's
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fact, yeah, because I think, and also people can't, the feeling part, no one will ever be able to copy.
Yeah.
the
No
ban-
one can
banter
replace
between you
like
guys.
us two. Yeah.
But I think the anger comes out of like pure passion though, because like we put so much time and effort into stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what
like
it is.
seeing a brand with a load of like VC money come and just try and do it. It's like, it's really disrespectful, not from a brand perspective, but from a human to human way. It's like, go fuck yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like we've
Yeah.
spent hours doing this with like minimal resources, like pure creativity, finding a way to do it. You come along, look at it and be like, sweet, here's some money, go and do it. It's like, have some respect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's inevitable though. Like
It is what it is. And
Like-
also, it's like it's definitely like our own egos and pride getting in the way.
Yeah.
So like, as long as you strip away our own egos, which we're definitely getting better at, because like you have to. I think the better.
Also, I feel like the whole thing with, you know, people say like, don't have an ego in business.
You have to.
So all these are all old boys who've made their dough.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like this is a Will Storr thing. He goes, if we're all Buddhists and we're all sat there going like namaste, like we wouldn't have society. We need
No.
ego and aggression,
100%.
and insecurity and doubt to make you better. Because when you do get someone copying, what happens?
Yeah.
You go harder,
exactly. Yeah.
and it's
Well,
like
sadly, it's just you have winners and losers in life, and
Yes.
like you have to not be a loser, like you do. Again, from an evolution perspective, like winners keep winning. So like against a brand way, like we have to keep winning against other brands, otherwise we will just go bankrupt. Make it very simple. So
Yeah.
we've got to keep fighting and winning against other
how
people.
do you when you set up your week, take me into like the war room in Wandsworth.
the war room.
But like, how do you plan out your? I know let's just look on a weekly basis, because I feel like there's a, what does he say? Well, not a complexity, but like the kind of chaoticness of your lives and brands is such an unfair advantage. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong there, but like, how do you go in and plan your week and allow elements of just kind of crazy to manifest?
We don't plan our week.
No.
That's how we allow it.
Yeah.
Only Tuesdays we have together.
Only
like,
Tuesdays, yeah.
guaranteed, and then it's kind
And
of
then
like,
Mondays and Fridays we have a call. So we sandwich our week with
Yeah.
what we're going to do this week, what's everyone's agenda, how did this week go. That's our new...
Yeah.
That's so sick.
That's literally...
But like
That's so sick.
ultimately, like, we always say this as well. It's a case of like, I don't ever want to work with someone for the reason of like structure.
Yes.
Like I can't live with structure.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
So I don't want to bring
yeah.
structure into our own company, because I will then hate doing it.
We want
Do you know
to
what I
have
mean?
fun.
So it's like, for example, like today, it's like we had to do a video, so we're going to do it. It didn't work, so we're going to have to figure out another way to do it. So that's just going to have to happen at some point. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we could either just bat heads, right, or we just find another time to do it at this
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
So you just find a way,
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we're in ASOS doing some yoga thing.
and there's no plan for it.
No plan for it.
We're just gonna rock
gonna
up.
walk up.
Yeah, winging it is the best strategy.
And we were
Yeah.
just saying
It's so much more
content.
fun as well.
It's creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for context, ASOS and Adidas are doing like a employee wellness couple hours where they're doing like yoga and stuff in the ASOS, like whatever it is,
Yeah.
HQ. So we're gonna go. Sophie's gonna join in with Pilates, while me and Millie are gonna basically do a
Got a
hijack
mission.
ASOS and try and find like buyers internally into their office space. And then we're gonna film it being like, right, we've left Sophie to be like the decoy. We're gonna fuck off and try and find the buyers to get SULT in ASOS.
But this is just a floating idea in our head. We
No
haven't.
structure.
We have not even thought about how we're actually going to execute this.
No.
We're just going to try.
Yeah, but it's like you've already thought about a story. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
Take me into like how have you changed? You sort of briefly talks about like ego and kind of that tempering down slightly. 10 months since launch, right? Is that right?
11.
11.
Yeah.
April 15th, whatever that is.
Yeah, well, yeah, quite a while ago. Yeah. How have you guys changed? Like, what, good, bad, and ugly?
Oh, it's a good question. Have we changed individually? Or?
Individually, then we can get into the relationship between you guys, because I feel like I'd love to see what that's like behind the scenes of the SULT kind of media empire.
Yeah. I mean, from my perspective, I had no knowledge of the business world at all. I've only been in like the influencing social media world for 5 years, and before that I graduated at uni. Like I really have not had a proper job. So like starting SULT with Henry has been a real learning curve, because not only am I now having to work with someone else, it's not just me. I've got responsibilities for like other people as well. So like that's been an interesting like switch in, I guess, my way of working. And then also having to navigate that alongside my influencing has been quite the journey. But I think like from the start of SULT to now, I've really found a good rhythm, which I feel like it's only going to get better, which is really good. But in terms of like knowledge as well, learning a lot from Henry. We learn a lot from each other, to be fair, don't we? And also now having Sophie on board, like that's a whole new dynamic. And managing someone and then giving someone a to-do list as well as like giving yourself a to-do list is quite an interesting like change as well. It's a lot of evolution in the past 11 months, really is.
Yeah.
What about you, mate?
I mean, I've still got so much to improve on, but I've definitely got better at like patience per se. I think when I first started, I was so on it the whole time. I'm so competitive, like too competitive for my own good.
Really? Where's that come from?
Negatively affecting like areas of my life. I always want to win. Like I'm very sporty from when I was younger.
Right,
like,
were you like proper good at A's for everything sort of thing?
Without sounding like a total douche, yeah. Like I was sort of like playing like years above me. Like I wanted to go pro. And like, well, first football, so I used to play for Brighton, then rugby. And then like, it kind of all got shattered down by the classic ACL injury, but it did. Yeah. So I had, my knees were fucked, got an operation January. In 10 days time on my ankle. But like, I then translate that competitiveness into like what I'm now doing now. So like business. So when I see like what I want to do and what I want to achieve, I'm like, I need to get there. And I want to beat everyone else at getting there. Not for any sort of external reasons, just I think it's for myself. Because like I want to be like proud, if that makes sense. And in doing so, I then probably make it detrimental for other people, like as a collateral of that. So like if someone hasn't done something, if I'm too pushy on doing something, it then causes like conflict. And I'm getting better at like being a little bit more.
How does the conflict manifest?
I guess it's like what I want to happen in my head versus what happens. Versus,
it's also like managing expectations as well.
Yeah,
and like communicating.
Yeah,
I would say Henry's very bad at communicating, but like
how so?
I think we're getting better. Like in terms, I think, like Hen said, he really when he has a goal or something in mind, he just wants to do it. And like, I'm speaking for you. I don't know. You can.
You can't go on like this.
But like
being a bloke from
a lot of the time. Henry will just do it and he won't tell anyone what's going on and he'll just do it himself because like that just seems like the most efficient and quickest way to do it. Whereas if he was to communicate what was going on, I would then know exactly like my sort of 360 approach of what I can do on my end, how we can create content around this. Yeah. But I think Henry will go so far into whatever it is that he's working on and then he'll realize like, oh shit, socials are lacking, something has gone on there, but I haven't told Millie what's going on.
The thing everything we do with SULT is obviously like everything relies on everyone for it to work because it's storytelling throughout every process.
So when you say, what is this like a...
So think about like a functional area. There's operational
360
marketing.
Storytelling.
Exactly, yeah. So like even our operation, like if you look at it
from so as in like all the boring bits, you're telling to stories.
Exactly.
Everything.
So think about like a traditional business, like everyone doing like numbers is just kept in their little like box of just like numbers. So I just crack on with it, whereas like that needs to be told to everyone because we're telling it.
That can tell a whole
story.
I mean? And like that is a missing...
How would you tell it? Because I just...
Well, like even that could be part of a story as well. Like I said to Hen,
business could go bust.
Well, think about it this way.
Kind of like that.
You're telling a story for a certain type of person. If you're telling 4 types of stories to 4 different type of people, it's going to click with some people. Like us talking about boxes might be really interesting to you, but Sophie might be really bored. See what I mean? So if we talk about numbers or let's say how much cash it takes to get us from X to Y, you might think, holy shit, they've only spent that much or they've spent that much. Oh my God. But then someone else might think that's really boring.
So this is Tony Chocolonely's principle: is you need different.
That's not a real name.
Yeah.
I thought you said Tony Chocolonely.
No.
Oh, sorry, that brand.
No.
So that brand.
Tony Chocolonely's thing is, they have this rule which is different doors into your brand.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have with their brand, for example, you have the ethics route, who like get all those kind of people in through the door. You have the fat fuck, like I'm hungover mood, want some thick chocolate. You want the foodie. You want they're genius. You can get any brand. You can get SULT branded chocolate bars, hungry branded.
You can,
So that's the corporate door. That's the fucking. They've got one which would be.
But they're speaking every currency. That's basically the thing.
Exactly it. But and I feel like again, this is probably a mistake I make is. So many brands, I think, just think of what's your one customer?
Yeah.
Like, what's your one
niche?
niche? It's
Yeah.
like, what actually, how do we tell a panoply of different stories?
And on the flip side, a big part of our niche is actually business owners. Like we're like viral on LinkedIn because of like
How to grow a business.
like how to grow a business, and then businesses are actually then using that as inspiration. So
Right.
like some guy today on that swipe post we spoke about earlier, you know, with the box evolution, message, hey mate, this is class. I'm gonna do it for my own agency. And it's like, cool. So he's looking at what we're doing
Right.
from a business like pillar per se,
Yeah.
and he's then applying it to his business.
Yeah.
So like as long as like we don't necessarily want that because it's probably not a consumer or a buyer, but it can potentially be because everyone is potentially a consumer or buyer. See what I mean?
What's you met Simon Squibb?
Yeah.
What's he like? What I think I read or saw you say like Simon Squibb isn't a shithead or something like that. Did you say that?
Sorry, it's good as a shed.
Isn't a shithead.
Oh.
So I did like a really clickbaiting like Simon Squibb is a fraud on LinkedIn. That one.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, because basically it was
Isn't a fraud.
is a fraud.
Is a fraud.
Is what I then I put ... is what I thought. So basically that was a hook. Got people reading it. Then
Okay. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean.
So and how did that? How did that?
He's
come
class,
about?
yeah. So weirdly met him. I was doing like I was helping a brand, actually Miles Signet, doing a shoot on like a Saturday or something in what's that in like
Bank?
insurance place,
City.
Leadenhall Market.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And we're having a few beers because we're going to a party. I was about 5 beers deep at this point. You know, that sort of like, oh my god, like I'm not comfortable being on a camera sort of mode.
Yeah, Squiffy mode.
That mode, yeah.
Yeah.
And then my mate was like, oh my god, that's Simon Squibb, and I was like, oh god, here we go.
Simon Squiffy. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Squibby mode.
Yeah,
So I was like, mate,
Squibby
I was like, hold my camera, and we sort of waited for half an hour. I was like, I'm gonna speak to him. I don't care what anyone says. And then all his team were like, oh, and I was like, right, sweet. And I just pushed them out the way. I was like, I need to do some of your time. And then we just got on really, really well. Ended up speaking to him for about half an hour, and then he went silent for about 3 months. And I was like, this guy is full of shit, isn't he? Like all these videos, all this type of stuff. And I was actually about to out him on a video, being like, this guy's just full of shit. Like, I can't believe he gets away with it. Then I got this message being like, hey, mate, you free next week? And I was like, sweet. And then he's just been, mate, he's been brilliant. Like, he always helped, like, anything we want, advice. Like, he'll just voice
So
note.
what did he? Because I just thought he was this bloke walking around with a selfie stick.
I mean,
What's
we
his
haven't taken any of his money or anything like that, but what he does is he funds
what
people's
was his
dreams.
businesses though before though?
He had a mad marketing agency in, I think it was Hong
I've
Kong.
always wondered this.
I think he sold it for like 500 million.
Oh, so he's got serious coin.
Serious
behind him.
bank, yeah.
Yeah.
And his whole thing is like, you know, anyone can actually achieve any business they want to, and he tries to get them from 0 to 1, basically. So like the whole idea was like, do you need money or blah 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 blah? And I was like, we've got this. Like, we want to do it ourselves. But that's what he does to people. Like obviously, some people that have like are less fortunate. Like you know, we had some savings that we can put into it, and then they were allowed to achieve. I don't know. Let's say like getting their brand from 0 to 1, essentially.
Yeah. And then when you did that thing with him, where he draws on his thing, on
The
his board, on his
slut thing.
No. Like, didn't,
Oh, the Strava.
Oh, so the YouTube.
no. Didn't you do like a session with him? Like what's
Oh,
he
you
talk-
did a sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah. What,
Well,
so
he was-
what did he teach you about business? Like what's he taught you? Like what's some of his?
I mean, mate,
principles?
obviously being very black and white, like absolutely nothing. Because, like,
Right.
let's be honest, like, I do think business is so overcomplicated. Like, people, this is, agencies and stuff like that make money through the discrepancy of knowledge that actually you can learn on YouTube and ChatGPT. Like, you know, yes, to, you know, get more cash flow in the bank, you can raise money, you can borrow, you can loan. I knew that, you know what I mean? Like all this type of stuff. But
Yeah.
some people don't know that because I'm very good at self-learning. Like I will learn something if I don't know it. Whereas I don't think anyone knows that. And like telling videos and stories like that, again, just laymanizes, is that a word?
Yeah, layman's terms.
Layman terms it for everyone.
Yeah.
So like we do on the whiteboards, like we layman it for the everyday person to understand in a business sense. Because like we're not business experts, but we know probably 10% more than the general public. So doing it in a layman term, make it accessible for everyone.
Yes.
So like, you know, like the video with Simon Squibb, it's like we're talking a language that maybe not everyone understands, but we're doing it in a way that basically, like, you know, like books for dummies.
Yeah.
Like I hate those books because I don't think it's nice how they say it. But like, realistically speaking, like, you know, you're probably an expert in podcasts now without even knowing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, that's all you need to do. Like, we are probably one step ahead of people in business, so we can talk to people.
When
like
you
they don't
said
know.
like business is, what did you say? It's overcomplicated.
100%.
What are ways you find like other examples of that?
Well, mate, essentially all you're doing is you're buying a product for X and you're selling it for Y. How you get there is up to you. But do you know what I mean? Like, you're making money on the in-between process of X and Y.
Yeah.
So everyone talks about, you know, all this type of shit. It's like, yes, but if you really break it all down, there's different areas.
Interesting. Would you say brand and business are different then?
Brands, again, brand building is also overcomplicated.
Yeah,
because,
okay. So the business bit I get.
Yeah,
simple.
yeah.
I think brand building is personally for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you guys are geniuses at it, because it just watching you fucking just come up with fucking stories like that. A lot of people will listen to this be like, business is complicated. Like, we're not getting this viral growth of you guys.
Yeah.
We're not.
It's really
It's
interesting.
like, yeah, because.
And we probably do take that for granted, but like if you look at brands
Yeah,
and you
so just
dissect
make
it.
brands simple for me.
Okay, so you dissect it. So if I say brands to you, what comes to mind? EasyJet.
Nike.
Oh, sorry, I was
Yeah, go. So
yeah, Nike, Apple,
right, EasyJet. What comes to mind? EasyJet.
Orange,
Anything else?
plain.
Okay. Dirty.
What? Sorry.
Go.
Am I meant to be saying? What's coming to my brain?
This is quick fire. What are the three things that immediately
Okay,
come? Don't
sorry,
overthink it. Don't
sorry.
overthink it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Stanley Cups.
Cup,
Yep.
influencer, gym.
There we go. Right. Nike. Go again.
Just do it.
There you go. So that's a feeling. So just do it. What does just do it mean to you?
Just fucking get your trotters on and get out there, boy.
Exactly. But that's, so they what they've done is they've told you that feeling and what they want to evoke through different methods of marketing, right? So you just do it means just crack on with what you need to do. Get out there and do it. And they do that in the most beautiful way through like athlete first marketing, right? They have that most amazing campaign with Tom Hardy of that fat kid running. You seen that video? It's the best video I've ever seen. It's this fat kid running, basically being like, find your greatness. Best video you'll ever see.
Oh, that was inspired by the treadmill.
Yeah.
Squibb. Yeah.
What's Squibby?
Sorry, Squibbs.
Squibb. Essentially, so
I
if
thought
you think,
Squibbly was another brand.
So let's say you're starting a.
Sorry, for context, we did a video where Simon was running on the treadmill in the middle of Oxford Street
Yeah, I saw
for
that.
SULT. And that was inspired by this ad.
The Nike ad, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, let's say, I don't know, for argument's sake, you're building a dog walking business, right? What feeling do you want to give? You want to give freedom.
So what is the season your water feeling? Like, what is that? Is that like?
That's just a tagline.
That's
Isn't
the
it?
tagline.
But salt.
Interesting.
Okay, what does salt mean to you?
As in this brand?
Yeah.
Fun, quirky, creative.
Exactly, yeah. So what you want to do as a brand, if you own a brand, is write the things you want to evoke.
Manipulate the story kind of.
And then work backwards from that by doing what you want to achieve. So like we're obsessed with like the unhinged luxury side. So through that, we need to make luxury pillars and unhinged pillars to give off that fun, quirky, unique, whatever thing you said there.
But I think, like, the end of the day, if you're creating a product that, like I said back to the beginning, if you're the customer, what do you want? Then you can't overthink it. You just do literally what you want to do. Don't always preempt what people are going to think or assume what could do well. Because as soon as you assume something, you're already like kind of adding friction to what you want. Or what you,
that's so true.
do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
So
always
don't
just-
build like for virality. I don't think that's ever going to be successful.
Yeah.
Like all these sick legacy brands I've never built for, like all these really cool like ALD like campaigns. They're not building for virality or views. They're building for the
that
feeling
feeling.
they want to give off.
I fucking love it. I want to talk about the more drudgery side, like the finding the. Like, so you guys met on Hinge. That's like the story. Even that is a fucking story. When I saw that, I was like, "This is so good." Yeah. So you meet on Hinge, and then how did you end up deciding to go into business? And then what are the steps to? We've kind of done the brandosphere side in terms of actually product, like MOQs, all that less glamorous stuff. Like that, when you haven't got massive investment, it's hard. Like, talk me through that journey.
So we met, so we kind of knew each other in the industry because I was obviously influencing, you were working at Pure Sport initially and we were in like the London bubble. And we actually met in person at a Pure Sport run club because Henry invited me and Bronte, my best friend, to lead this run club for International Women's Day. And then that's when we originally met, didn't do anything from that. Maybe like 4 or 5 months after that, Henry then reached out to me and was like, I've got an idea. Have you got you free for a quick phone call? And I was just out on a dog walk and I was like, never spoke to this guy before in my life, really. I actually don't know what he's up to. And then we had a phone call and then you were kind of just like floating the idea around of, did you even mention electrolytes then? I don't think you did.
I think loosely, yeah.
Loosely.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was very, very lost in my social media world. I felt like I was quite bored with the content that I was making. I didn't really know where else to go or take it. And I just felt like a little bit lost. And I knew I wanted to have some sort of business, but I didn't know what, and I didn't know how. And it was kind of a weird timing when Henry rang me, because I was like, this is exactly it.
Finding
Like,
yourself.
I was finding myself. And it just felt really right. And then we met for a coffee, and then Henry floated the idea of Index, and then we bounced ideas off, and we were like really on the same page of what we wanted and what we could see it being. And how we both obviously agreed that we were people who loved fitness. We also loved to have some fun and socialise. We really found like a gap in the market for that. And we just, went from there.
And what made you pick up the phone to Millie, out of all people?
It's what you've been talking about, storytelling.
Yeah.
Like I'm
So you knew
so
you'd
aware
watched
of
her
brands.
content.
Yeah. And is like we're living in this storytelling era, right? Like
Yeah.
people are so bored of just seeing product photography on a like whatever brands do these days.
Yeah.
Not that we've ever done that, but like storytelling is the key thing, and we wanted to build it in public from day one. And how you do that is bringing people on a journey.
Yeah.
And Millie's content was fucking unbelievable, so I was like, let's do it.
Sick.
So it's like the complementary skill set, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. And then in
Not that
terms...
I'm good at anything analytical, but you know what I mean.
yeah. And then in terms of first, so you meet, have this coffee. At this point in time, do you know it's going to be an electrolyte brand? Like, did you know what the product was, or did you just think, let's create a brand?
Yeah.
What was...
The brand was always going to be some form of hydration brand, purely because it was something that we both take on the regular, like every day.
Yeah. Why is hydration having this big moment? Sorry, that sounds...
I think it's
really-
because it's just such. For example, when you then try and educate anybody on, let's say, like creatine, you talk about the ATP systems, all this type of really quite complex scientific biology that's going on.
Yeah.
With hydration, we all understand that simply, if you want to feel dehydrated or hydrated, you both know what that feels like. Like you do feel shit when you're dehydrated, a bit foggy, a bit like, ugh. Do you know what I mean?
So when you wake up, are you dehydrated?
It completely depends on who you are a lot of the time, or what you've done the night before.
But
what
like
you've eaten.
if you bang that first thing in the morning, you're like...
I generally feel like significant. This is not even selling my own product. Significantly better having this first thing before a coffee or anything.
Yeah.
Because the coffee like disrupts your circadian rhythm, which is basically your body's clock.
Yes.
And that's why you feel shit at like midday, because your I can't remember what the word. It's like histidine levels, whatever it's called, which is your
Cortisol.
Yeah, also such cortisol. Basically, coffee, you'll feel that slump at like 12 because the natural wear off of that hormone, it wears off. So then you get it again later. So you should always wait about 90 minutes or so. And
Yeah.
Human's brilliant on this.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. I like
Yeah.
to have a coffee. It's 5 a.m.
No.
No.
Wait as long as you
Really?
can.
God,
Yeah.
how many coffees do you have a day?
Bear. Like that's like.
We've had 3.
You've already had,
Yeah.
So when you say I'm not listening to you.
Yeah, no, I do have a lot of coffee, but I think you build up a bit of a tolerance.
Yeah.
You do, yeah. You
But
do.
no, but I was sort of trying to like
Yeah.
white knuckle like energy into me.
Yeah.
Maybe I might have to
Try
switch stuff
holding
up.
off just for like 90 minutes
some
or like an hour.
I'm
Go
well
for a walk.
tired in the morning though. Like also I like the buzz of it. Do you know what I mean?
You're
It's
probably
just like-
tired because it's like you're coming off that coffee
Come down,
leg.
mate.
Yeah, you're literally. So it's like you're addicted basically.
Yeah. No, I've got a very addictive personality.
We don't go into that.
And then okay, so yes.
But we both take at that time and
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So this goes back to like almost the Nike color trotters. You're doing scratching your own itch, creating the thing you want to create.
Yeah.
Sorry. So you're both into hydration.
We both, like I, at that stage was very much a fitness influencer. So I
Right.
was taking electrolytes at that point, hated all of the electrolytes I was taking, not only because of like the flavour, but also just the look and feel of electrolyte. They're all just very boring, gym bro, sporty. There wasn't a cool, fun, like I said, sexy electrolyte brand that is like what you want it to be an accessory. It wasn't, there was nothing like that. So we wanted to create something that ticked all the boxes basically.
Yeah.
And also, it's like it's not like the gateway drug, but like electrolytes are such an easy gateway. It's very easy for you to never have ever supplemented anything in your life to try electrolyte and be like, oh, okay, I understand this now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if you had to have like magnesium at night, you're probably gonna sleep a little bit better. But like again, going from dehydrated to hydrated, you can feel that feeling quite
Yeah,
simply.
that's what Andy was saying at the talk. He was like, put your hand up. Who knows what function like mushrooms are? And everyone was like,
That's the thing. It's quite, as soon as you try and educate someone on anything, you've kind of lost them in the marketing
it's a bit
space. You know what I mean?
overwhelming.
You have 3 seconds ish from a marketing.
Ooh, yeah.
that's also people who are not open or willing to understand something, which a lot of people don't in this day and age because we've got attention spans of fucking morons.
They just want a quick fix and they want the answers.
Yeah.
And they'll just be like, right, whatever.
And that's something that we try and say is like, not everyone needs electrolytes by any means. If you're sitting at home, not doing anything, eating processed foods a lot, like don't take electrolytes. You don't need it. Like you don't need that extra sodium. You don't need that in your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But if like, Billy and I are running around all day, going to the gym, skipping meals.
Yeah, so what does your like weekly like fitness routine look like for both of you guys now?
4 a.m. ice bath, run a marathon. God no.
I like to run a lot.
Right.
That's it, pretty much it. And then I like to do Pilates. I like to do some spinning. I kind of just fit it whenever I can. Like today, I can't exercise. I'm not deeping it. It's fine. I did plan to this morning, but I didn't wake up in time. Tomorrow, I'm going to see if I can. I just really go day by day.
What, and then do you like do it in the morning?
I'm more of an evening.
Interesting.
I hate mornings.
Really?
It takes me so long to wake up and like get my body like moving and like I feel like my bones crack a bit and I'm just like
Getting old.
I need to just give my body a bit of time to wake up first.
What about you? What do
I'm
you
very
do,
similar apart from the Pilates part.
We will get you into Pilates class though.
I'm not sure. But yeah, to try and...
What do you do, like weights and shit? Like...
Yeah, like 3-4 times a week.
You like to do some calisthenics, don't you?
Like do like pull-ups, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
why
being
I'm
outside.
afraid I can't
Yeah,
do
like
pull-up
outdoor
in a minute.
gym.
It's
Yeah,
well long.
I just love going outside, especially when it's summer. There's like Clapham South.
Yeah.
You just want to move any way you want
Feels
though.
good.
Like any movement's great.
Yeah.
But if not, like for example tonight, like I'll just go for a nice walk around the block.
Yeah, walking's great.
Because again,
Yes.
if you're doing something, it's better than nothing.
So this is a question I asked Al Barrett from Grenade, because obviously he's well into it. We actually recorded it in his gym in Cornwall. It was sick.
He's
And he,
minted.
Bruv, like,
Wow.
mate, he had like Rich was there. His gaff was ridiculous.
I
He
love
had like
grenade bars.
I think he had like 5 G-Wagons all black outside.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, he's got a chopper in the gym. It's like don't touch the chopper. He didn't say like that, but like,
Wait, where's he
It was
from?
German suddenly, he's English.
German.
no, is it like
No, it's English.
is it Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, so,
Like,
yeah.
let's get to the chopper.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's in, but anyway. One of the questions I asked him is like, like compound movements, like the big fuckers, and then you've got all the airy fairy stuff, which is kind of like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Whenever you're doing that. Yeah.
Like side raise. I was asking him what would you say the compound movement bang for your buck for exercises are, right?
I'm not sure why you're asking me this.
Yeah, no, but of marketing.
of marketing.
Marked.
And then what's bullshit, basically.
Okay.
Ooh, what's like the fluff and what's
Storytelling is number one.
Yeah.
Can I say like authenticity?
It's quite waffly.
I know that is a bit waffly,
Go
isn't
on.
it?
Is that loud? You lowering that?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Just
your
like-
answer. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just interested.
Just you, like your POV,
Yes.
your
Yes.
Yeah.
POV.
Yeah.
That is main.
I feel like disregarding, like as a title, like disregarding.
That's a bit fluff.
That's a bit fluff. No, but as in like all of the traditional sense of marketing, just don't look at, just do. That's kind of going back to do you, isn't it? It's so difficult to say that it's in for, but I guess it's like
It's really
ignore the noise, like ignore what's. Like I said earlier, like some brands are really good at something, some brands are really shit at something. Don't just try and do something because that's what they are good at doing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But then you've got to, I don't know how to like summarize that. The thing about marketing is it's so difficult because marketing isn't a objective thing. It's subjective.
Yeah.
And what marketing means to you is different to what it means to Millie, to me.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully Millie and I have a relatively similar view. But like the whole issue with marketing is it's sort of put under this blanket statement of this is marketing. The fact that like I try and write 4 posts on LinkedIn every week, that is a form of marketing. But also some people say that's not marketing, it's just personal brand. Or personal brand
Okay,
is
what
marketing.
about consistency?
You see what I
That'd be a
mean?
compound.
Right. So we've got.
It's a really hard question.
Storytelling.
No. But it's but you're giving a delicious answer. Storytelling, authenticity, consistency.
Oh.
What's the other? No.
I would say unpredictability.
Unpredictability.
That is a compound.
Yes.
You don't know your next move for sure.
John
Yes.
Cena.
Yeah. And then what is just the?
The fluff.
I mean, sometimes you see people on those boosted balls,
Yeah.
and they're like got like
the
I saw
vibrating
someone doing that at the
things.
gym today, like fucking.
There's
They're
like-
like pulling the thing like this with their like leg out, and I was like,
I mean, if it
she
works
was in
for
great,
them,
she was in great nick. I mean,
that's it.
fuck me,
Seen that,
like yeah.
Jack Joseph or Italian Batch, those creators. the
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
Where he's like POV, you're like a 40-year-old doing anything like going into the
But
gym,
actual,
and they're like doing like sword fighting,
Yeah,
like it's like
yeah.
fucking jokes. I guess the fluff is like I don't know. I've got a slight allergy of like strict meta at the moment ad spend. Like people really, really focus on the numbers, and I think the Purdy and Fig dudes are really good at is like they're talking about out of home stuff and the halo effect and how they might do something for £1 million now. The out of home campaign. I think they said the return on investment will be 9 months later because
there's no like direct.
because the consumer might not be in the right buying mood at this time. Whereas for us with Salt, hopefully when people sort of let's say mature through their sort of let's say wellness phases of life, they might think I might buy Electrolytes now. Who's that brand who I kept seeing on social media? Salt, nice, because you're not going to see fucking Brocker on social media, are you? See what I mean? Because people think Brockers or Electrolytes. Probably, I want Salt to become the first name that people think of when in this category. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I guess it's understanding that people's buying habits and levels of commitment to their wellness journey will change and dip and flow over time in the year or whatever.
Yeah.
I think another bit of fluff could be trends, like following trends. Don't know if that kind of counts as an answer.
Yeah.
But like, when you're following a trend, it's topical in the moment, but it's not long lasting, and it's also not going against the grain. You're following everyone else, so people actually think like doing a trend or whatever is actually a really good idea. But you're just getting lost in everyone else who is also doing their trend. Like it's a trend for a reason because it's like it's oversaturated.
It's a wave. Good service.
Yeah, it's a wave.
Waves.
So like I'm actually always thinking, what's not a trend? Like how can we go the opposite?
So how would you, and like this, but I would say that this is on trend, Electrolytes, not this brand, but Electrolytes are on trend. What if Electrolytes become passé and pallid? And like, how do you think about that?
I always think like, how can we make a trend? How can we be the trendsetter?
Okay.
So I kind of think that because we're so like
I guess with like building in public is now a trend.
Yeah, that's why we changed to scaling in public to purposely remove ourselves from the other
Exactly.
people. And always try and get away from it.
Yeah.
Like this sort of stuck with me. The guy in Devonshire, the Guinness.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up.
So he actively hates the Guinness splitting the G.
Yeah.
And for a pub that's famous for Guinness, saying I hate that is completely counterintuitive, right? Like you would almost champion that if you were him, or you'd think so in marketing terms. For him being like, I fucking hate that trend, don't do that. It's in my mind, and the fact it's stuck in here means something, right?
Yeah. Well, I asked it because he's Irish. Obviously, Osh is Irish. I was like, the quote was "Everything popular is wrong" by Oscar Wilde. I was like, what is everything popular? What's wrong that everyone fucking does? And he was like, trends. And he goes, if you're trying to build a trend, you're fucked. And like, if you think about what they've done as their pub, they haven't changed the menu. Every single pub or restaurant in London right now to survive, seasonal menu, weekly changing menu. They haven't changed their fucking menu.
Yeah.
They haven't changed anything. They have reinvented like the green room out the back, and like that's constantly evolving. But like I agree, and it's the trends are going to come and go and pass, but I think brands stay relevant, and I think it's just past, like, I feel like there's always going to be one brand that will win.
Yeah.
Just for example, like CBD years ago.
I was about to say Trip.
Trip. Like, I remember walking around Nope, which was like a dope fest, essentially. It was like all this, like, it was the thing they did at the XL. Oh boy, shitless. I would not recommend going. But it's, they have all the brands coming in from Europe. It was all looking like stuff you'd get from doctors, or like proper Puff the Magic Dragon, photos of weed and shit. And I was walking around like going, this is weird. Like, this is new thing, CBD. Trip come in fucking out of nowhere and go bang. It looks like something like a homeware brand.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's like, and they go.
So would you say that? That's literally my case study. I always say they've made a gloopy green, unsexy thing that's associated to dope heads.
Yes.
Sexy, trendy, part of people's lifestyles.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do
And
with
same with the
Electrolytes.
loo roll. I love the loo roll
Yeah.
one.
Who gives a crap? Those guys.
Yeah, who gives a crap?
It's also like
so good,
so
Yeah.
good. But
Yeah,
also like with Salt, for example, like, if that were to happen, let's say Electrolytes were to have a massive dip in trend, or let's say as part of people's sort of wellness stack, we will have to evolve and be innovative by creating different SKUs, different benefit-led products, stuff like that. And that may come, it may not, depending on whatever comes our way.
Yes.
So you have to be at the forefront.
The few more things, and we'll wrap this up. But just quickly on the Gumphy stuff, like the superfluous bollocks. So trends is one. Any others on that?
Oh, numbers. You said numbers.
Oh, so like ads.
Oh, Meta.
Yeah. So I think they're like, again,
Numbers,
I think
trends.
people like overly analyze on specific things and don't look at the whole business as a whole. So like people focus on like meta, like don't focus on one channel, focus on all channels. Like constantly drilling everyone to post on LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, YouTube Long, TikTok, Instagram trial reels. Like it's the probability, isn't it? So like focus on everything all at once, all of the time. That's my view. I could be completely wrong.
One thing I wanted to ask you again, which against the grain of some people I've sat in front of like they have this blueprint, and the best thing, a piece of advice is what Will Chase from Tyrrell said. He goes, "There's no rules in brand building. And it's like you can make it up." But one of the common things is like don't go into retail too early. Go on D2C. You guys have bucked that trend with going. So can we talk? This will go live after Boots, by the way. So
Everyone's finding Boots now.
Oh yeah. I suppose.
Yeah,
I saw it all over social media. But like, what was the decision? How did that deal come about? Like,
so we're on their like Ignite program, which basically is tailored towards startups. So people who should not be in the position, but they are due to like the social virality of the brand. Long story short, we're going to be used as their marketing tool to get more of our generation and like, let's say, community and followers into store. It's a footfall marketing sort of channel for them. And then, so, it's like, okay, we'll focus on D2C. Okay, sweet. So you've got to spend X on every customer who comes in through Meta, through all the other marketing.
So how many stores are you in with Boots?
Launching in 48 and then hopefully going to be in 150 by end of March.
And then what's the game plan with the storytelling and again, that's a bit far off now, but like, as that begins to gestate in your brain of like how you're going to, because I always get one thing from everyone I speak to, and I think with you guys it's this 360 storytelling based off these really like core principles on one side of the barbell, but then the other side is just being loosey-goosey and having fucking fun and just like, let's go. That's a beautiful marriage. But yeah, like how would you, because I feel like getting product off shelf is always the hardest thing. It's what everyone's always said to me. And it's like, you can do sampling, that costs dough. You can get people out in the field to check availability, that costs dough. Like, how are you going to approach that in a completely new way?
Yeah, we are quite, I don't know.
Well, I think the good thing is like the social media. So like, again, going out to traditional ways, like, sweet, you can do like sampling. Sweet, you're probably reaching 100 people max a day. Let's be honest. We can storytell and reach hundreds of thousands, if not millions, a week. Yeah. So we can show that we're in Boots. We can show where we are in Boots to hundreds of thousands of people through videos. Then we can do what we can physically, but that will have to be like ad hoc and stuff like that. Yeah. So I guess it's a case of like understanding what is needed from us in terms of like a rate of sale perspective, and then working backwards to get there, whether that's through online channels, physically handing out SULT.
It's also even like working out, because we're going to be positioned in like the beauty aisles as well as the wellness aisles. So we might see like a huge progression in the beauty aisles that we probably weren't anticipating. And then, we'll focus on that and be like, okay, so clearly a lot of our audience is into beauty, or a lot of it is like female or whatever. I don't know. We'll be really surprised probably by the results we get.
And also, that's
the grenade thing he did as well, which they put him in the like wellness category to begin with. Yeah. And he was the game plan is I need to be against Cadbury's. Yeah. I need to be against he looked at the best bars, like
best
the Mars bars.
Section.
Yeah, he goes, I need to be in confectionery. I was gonna say confect, but that's like when people say that. But there's like acronyms.
You don't need to shorten that word.
I went to like a networking event. I was like, so what do you do? She's like, I work in confect. And I was like,
there's no need for that to shorten.
I was like, fucking confect, Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm getting too what's it like those things anyway. And he moved it, and immediately it stands out against, and the product is so good.
So Vogue, we asked to not be in the wellness section. We said, can we move out we did it into the drinks category last month because it was December. So people by nature are more looking at gifts for like wine, spirits. So I said, can we be in the drinks category rather than the wellness section? Then this month we're in beauty section, so never wellness, because you're then competing against wellness brands. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like if you just go against the grain at every opportunity, you're gonna hopefully stand out.
And then sorry, Samila, you were just saying about the beauty. If the beauty stuff does bubble up, how are you?
Then I guess we'll see that as a real strong pillar, and we'll focus a lot of content or even ads or whatever. We'll think, okay, how people are obviously wanting to drink their skincare. That's what we said in one of our.
Drink their skincare. Yeah. That's such a good way of putting it. Drink your skincare.
Yeah. It's like fuck, that's it. It's this huge thing. It's gonna be in Battersea. The beauty boots there.
In Boots.
Oh yeah, in the power station.
Big one.
Big thing, a bubble thing saying drink your skincare.
Yeah.
Like the splash.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
But also, it's just being completely transparent. Like, this may completely fucking flop.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. And like we've always said, again, this is what keeps people on the edge of their seat. Like we've always said, this could kill us. Like we actually don't know.
Yes, it's so but then
You know?
you're like it just, but also it means
You're in it
almost
with
gives you
us.
permission to not fail as well.
Exactly.
Because if it does fail, you're like, I told you.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Fucking sick, isn't it?
Yeah, that is sick. That is so sick. Why you guys are so open with sharing like the financial numbers? Like, why is that? Like,
we're not as open as I don't know. Like,
We could be more
We
open,
could be
to
more
be
open.
fair. But it's like people aren't showing that. And we want to show what people aren't showing.
Yeah.
So numbers is one thing. Like, and also when people are starting a brand, like you have no idea where to begin with numbers. Like we don't even know what the benchmark is. There actually really isn't a benchmark of like a certain number that you should reach within the first year of
Yeah.
launch or whatever. So that's why we're kind of just like, look, we'll share the numbers that we've got and we're happy with that. And that's great. Like we don't really care about that. So I don't think there's much to hide with
it's
numbers.
quite difficult. It's always one we're sort of not sure about how much to share. Like, we share as much as we can, but numbers is always something that, because also on, like, from first stance, seeing like these numbers, you must be like, these guys are making fucking bank. But what we don't realize is that, like, yeah, you then have
All the
product
outgoings.
costs, COGS, every outgoing, marketing costs, like there's a lot of money
Yeah.
that goes out the company.
Yeah,
And what
yeah, yeah.
looks like a nice glossy figure is actually, you know, once you get everything out, it's like, shit, you're not really making anything.
Like
so do you have like a board meeting or like?
We are the board.
You know, but as in, like, so you just like this does it. That's basically how I run this.
Yeah.
Is this like there's no.
There's no
advisors, no bits.
system.
Yeah.
We have zero investors.
Yeah.
We're our investors. We have zero advisors.
Would you take on external money if needs be?
Definitely, for sure. Like, it's something we're thinking about this year, maybe.
If the tax man comes and
Yeah.
we need some extra money, no. I
cut
think
that
yeah. Yeah, cut that out.
But no, like, investment is something that I think would be really something cool to talk about as well.
Yeah.
Like, how to build, like, again, we would never build a pitch deck because our pitch deck is our social media. Like, if you want to know how we're building this company,
Yeah.
fucking look at social
Yeah,
media.
that's the best thing is not using a pitch deck. with
Such
retailers.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's such bullshit.
Like, the amount of times I've been asked for a deck, I'm like, yeah, sweet, go look at our social media.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
if we do raise money, I think it'd be really cool to storytell.
Would you say we raise money before we take a wage out, or we take a wage out and then raise money?
We need to it's better to take wages out for tax reasons, dividends.
Yeah, we haven't taken a wage out yet.
No.
Guys, let's wrap that up. That's been fucking sick. I've absolutely loved it, and it was just you guys are amazing. Like I think you're so good without even realizing it. Like, and all this storytelling and brand building and just the way you view the landscape is like nothing I've ever heard. I can see why you're building such a unique brand. And yeah, loved it. We'll have to get around two.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah,
we're literally around the
100%.
fucking corner. Once you guys next year, once you're.
Let's hope, fingers crossed.
We'll touch base.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you are loving the episode. I'd appreciate a really small yet significant favour, por favor. Please may you click the subscribe button, get in the comments, tell me what you think about the episode, tell me what you think we did on the show. It may not seem much, but it really helps us grow and helps us get bigger guests. Thank you so much.